ગુડ ઇવનિંગ એવરીબડી. પાછળની લાઈનમાં જે બેઠા છે આપણા એલએલબીના મિત્રો, એમને રિક્વેસ્ટ છે કે આગળ જગ્યા ખાલી છે, પ્લીઝ કમ. આગળની રો ખાલી રાખીને તમે પાછળ બેસો, સારું ના લાગે. આવી જાઓ આગળ. All are requested to keep their mobile phones on silent mode so that the speaker and the other people would not get disturbed. Please put your mobile phone on silent mode. Today we are here for topic of road safety. Now, why road safety is required? Because each of us has been traveling on the road by one or other mode of transport. Government of India has declared Road Safety Week 2024 from 17th November to 23rd November. For what? Campaigning the goals to promote road safety awareness, advocate for safer roads and responsible driving behavior, and reduce road accidents and save lives. Now, I will request all the dignitaries to lighten the lamp and start our function. Now, I would request our immediate past President, Mr. Padya, to welcome the Commissioner of Police, Sri Narasimhan Omani. Now, I would request Chairman, Mr. S.K. Joshi, to welcome Sri Sandeep Vasawari, Secretary, Government of Bhudhrani. Among us is a distinct personality, Mr. K.R. Thorat. So I would request him to welcome Mr. Samir Raval, Chief Engineer, retired, Government of Gujarat. Now, I myself, A.D. Shah, will welcome our speaker, Mr. Bhudhrani. Now I would request our immediate past Honorary Secretary, Mr. Thakkar, to welcome ACP Vyas sir. He will welcome DCP Traffic Police, Madam Jyoti. Now, Mr. Thakkar is also requested to welcome ACP Vyas. The Government of India, through IRC, Indian Road Congress, has given a special publication of its IRC SP 55, Guidelines on Safety on Road Construction. So this was just introduction. Now I will ask the Chairman, Mr. S.K. Joshi, to welcome everybody. Mr. Joshi.
Good evening, everybody. Before starting the welcome, I will give you some safety measures. If in case of an emergency, there are two doors. When you go out, if you are moving from left-hand road, go to left and vacate out the auditorium. Similarly, if you are moving from right-hand side door, go from and move to the right and vacate the building. Thank you very much. On behalf of Institute of Engineer, Vadodara Local Center, I welcome the presiding officer, Sandeep Asawaji, who is a commissioner, building and of building, police commissioners, G. Narsimha Tomarji, who is police. Now, the speaker, Ronak, Bhudhrani and Samir Raval. The Institution of Engineers India was large multidisciplinary professional body of engineers established in 1920 with headquarters is situated at Calcutta and incorporating under Royal Charter on September 1935. The institute has been serving the engineering fraternity for over a century with national and international presence through 124 local national centers, 6 overseas chapters, 7 forums and 1 organ, namely Engineering Staff College of India. It has 15 engineering disciplines with corporate more than 2 lakhs of members all over the world. The Institute of Engineers Vadodara Local Center is situated at Racecourse, as you know all. It has experience of more than 70 years and members of around 3,000 people. It has been registered from the Vadodara local center. Thank you very much.
In our today's meeting, Sri Dilip Rana, he was to attend, but due to one or other circumstances, he is not able to attend. So, we would now ask Sri Sandeep Vasawaji, who is the Housing Commissioner, just to say a few words about the topic.
Good evening to everyone, all the dignitaries present here, chief guest of the program, Sri Narasimha Kumar Sahab, keynote speaker Samir Raval, expert lecturer Ronak Bhudhrani, local center office bearer and chairman Sri Josibhai Bhattyaji, all the dignitaries and all the police officers of the dais, all my old friends. I must congratulate Vadodara local center. I can see they are showing lot of enthusiasm and organizing one or another program which is relevant to the either current scenario or the future. I remember, I think in past 1 month or so, there was a seminar on desertification. It is quite relevant because of ingress, and so I must congratulate office bearers and whosoever brain behind it for taking up one by one issues and at least trying to disseminate the concerns of the engineering fraternity to the audience. Now coming to the topic over which we all are sitting today and discussing is the road safety. I wish no one should pass through it, but I am sure all of them, either direct or indirect, must have been affected by accident by any means. Maybe it's a road or some other sort of accident. At that time, we understand the severity and effect of the accident on one's life and family life of the victim, I would say. So, accident has now become a part of our daily journey when with the increased vehicles, drivers, with the rapid development of infrastructure and at the same time lessening of driving skill or understanding of driving, the accidents are increasing day by day. I mean, that's an evil which is how we can prevent it. Everyone must have gone through newspapers in last few days. Even our Union Home Minister Sri Nitin Gadkari ji has expressed his concern over rising accident across the state. I think 2 days back he also said, I try to hide my face in international seminars when we compare their accident rates. So it's a really unfortunate that in spite of so many efforts, the number of accidents and fatalities increasing, or not increasing, but in terms of percentage, we are quite at fag end of the world average. It's not that there are not initiatives being taken up. Lot of government or initiatives, even NGO initiative, vehicle modification and this thing, it is being taken place. Vehicles are now being automized, more and more, user-friendly mechanisms are being adopted. But somehow we are not able to prevent and bring down the numbers. See, like government has done a lot of engineering perspective. I'm talking of engineering safety measures. There's a black spot improvement program taken up. Even I remember 3-4 years back, there has been a norm that if at all the number of fatalities are more than the joint team of R&B people, RTO and police has to visit the spot, give some sort of measures which can be taken up immediately, and then long-term measures. Black spot improvement is very big program, but unfortunately what I had seen in experience, once we improve one black spot, it changes the location. It changes say, after 1 kilometer changes or 1 kilometer prior. So it's then comes to mind why it is happening. Probably because of our mindset, I think. That let the ઉપરવાળો છે એટલે આપણે ચલાવી રાખો જે થાય મને થાય એક sort of recklessness is also prevailing among our drivers, and I think 80%, or I would not 80, but I think 50% of driver force is non-graduate, I would say. So they have got quite a low understanding. I'm sure I'm not going into details of the statistic, but I'm sure keynote speaker would be showing you the data of accident across the state. Whenever we go through accident data analysis, if we count in terms of number of accidents, then urban area is higher, but fatality highways govern, because in one accident there is lot of fatality. In urban areas there is accident, but they are, I would say, rather in a controlled way accident are being happen, so fatality is quite less. Our chief guest Sri Kumar Saab is closely associated with this program, especially that I would say CCTV surveillance of a traffic and speed measure. I think since more than 10 years he is associated with. At that time the program was called Sasgoj, now it has been converted into Viswas. So he is very, enthused, and he wants to enforce somehow by CCTV and all these things, some surveillance. Everyone might have seen, I don't know here, but that traffic challan through camera is reducing the violation of traffic, at least I had observed in Ahmedabad. Earlier people used to break the red light because there was no one to catch him. Now with the digital this thing, challans are being generated. So it is also works quite effective, and I'm sure with the more and more that sort of securities and surveillance would bring down the drivers to an peaceful driving with regulations. Again, I won't take much time because lot of speakers are there, but I must congratulate the organizer as well as Vadodara Local Center for taking up this relevant subject, which is a need of an hour, and it needs an immediate address. It's not like it is a futuristic discussions. One has to see that, at least I would urge all of here, that whenever they drive, they'll take the safety regulations, don't jump over the red lights. Whenever they want to change a lane, they see just behind whether vehicle is coming or no. Don't overtake from the wrong side. At least we can be a part of a workforce or driver who doesn't make an accident. Even that will be the end of this seminar. Then also it worth of being present ourselves here. With this word, I'll again congratulate, and I'm sure everyone will try to gather as much as possible knowledge from here and try to disseminate to their near and dear. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vasav sir. He has told that I don't want to go into figures of accidents, but here I want to add something. Recently, in winter session of Parliament 2024, our Minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, has said that in India, 178,000 lives each year are lost due to accidents. And 60% of the fatalities occur among the individuals of age between 18 to 34 years. You can imagine how much we are losing. 2 lakhs lives, almost 2 lakhs lives in a year. And out of that, 60%, that is 1.2 lakhs lives of young generation. Somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's other relative, and well-educated people are losing their lives. It's a very serious thing. I don't think that any other calamity, natural calamity or man-made calamity would have taken so much lives in a year. So it's a very serious thing. Now, a study of IIT Delhi on national highways, it says that in India only 2% of the roads are national highways. But the accidents rate on national highway is 30% of all the accidents. Now, I would like to introduce Commissioner of Police, Sri Narasimha Tomarji, on this platform. So many people would not be knowing. He himself is electrical engineer from UVC Bangalore. Post-graduation program in public policy and management from IIM Bangalore. He has served in Gujarat at various capacities and worked in Central Bureau of Investigation for 7 years. Now he is presently serving as a CP, Commissioner of Police, Vadodara. It's rather very graceful for us that such a talented person is our Commissioner of Police. I would like to thank Government of Gujarat also to place him as Vadodara. He is serving as the chairman of Task Force Viswas, projecting under which a network of CCTV camera, body-worn camera and drone cameras have been established across the state of Gujarat. He was awarded Police Medal for meritorious services by the President of India on the occasion of Republic Day 2012. Why am I elaborating? Because we all are engineers here. And when one engineer is going to speak, who has been in technical side and now in administrative side also. So, Mr. Narasimhaji, sir, please come and address us.
Engineer Shri Sandeep Wasawa, Housing Commissioner, Gujarat Housing Board, Dr. S.K. Doshi, Chairman, Engineer A.N. Padya, Convener and IP Chairman, today's keynote speaker, Engineer Samir Raval, and the other speaker, Ronak S. Bhudhrani, who is an expert in road safety domain, members of the Institution of Engineers, senior colleagues from my own department, and ladies and gentlemen. As he said, I'm delighted to be here in the midst of engineers. Though I have come out of this profession for a long time, I'm a practicing police officer today, but the forum makes me recollect my days as an engineer way back in the 90s. Of course, I have remained an engineer even after joining the service, because in the police and the administration, an engineering profession that has taught us structured approach to life, advanced planning and meticulous implementation, performance evaluation based assessment, merit based positioning of resources and things like that, that has always come handy in my profession all through these years. Now this is not a very common place to see Institution of Engineers organizing a seminar on road safety related issues. It is an indeed very, very important issue which touches the lives of everybody, whether you are an engineer, chartered accountant, doctor or a layman, because all of us are road users in some way or the other. And looking at the statistics which he was reading out, it is not just in India, it is a matter of global concern. The number of fatalities across the globe is in excess of 1.3 million, which is a huge number compared to fatalities to any other pandemic or epidemic or disease and things like that. And it is also interesting how devastating it is because the people in the age group of 5 to 9 years are the leading numbers, and 2/3 of them are 18 to 60. Chunk of the population in their most productive age who could have made huge contribution to nation building process are getting eliminated in road accidents. And the number of people who get maimed, get injured, they who lose their limbs and become a burden on the economy is much higher than this, which runs into crores across the globe. Unfortunately, this number is very high. Top 10 countries are emerging economies or what we call developing nations. China, India, Brazil are the ones who contribute in a big manner to this statistical information which we read out. As he was saying, in excess of 1,78,000, which is a mind-boggling number. These many people dying on roads, laying, and many more getting maimed is a matter of immense concern. It impacts the families, loss of their near and dear ones. It's a burden on the health system. A lot of people need extended medical treatment, and it is also a burden on the insurance system and economy as a whole. 3% of the GDP is lost in this kind of fatalities and road accident across the globe. The amount of money that we can save and contribute for the economic advancement if we are able to contain these kind of accident is very, very substantial and huge. The reasons are manifold, as Engineer Vasavasa was saying, that there are multiple agencies connected with the managing of road safety related issues. It's not police, it's not RMB. There are multiple agencies when it comes to engineering, road engineering related issues. We have again the National Highway Authority, RMB state, RMB panchayat, municipal corporations, and the local bodies. When it comes to enforcement, again, regulatory part and chunk of the enforcement is by Road Transport Organization or the Transportation Department, and rest of it is basically police. We manage, we also enforce. Enforce in the sense, we target the people who violate the rules and commit offences. And then of course there are episodes of accidents which involve emergency care, medical care, which is being dealt by health department. So you see the ambulances, people getting hospitalized. Then education, primary education department deals with sometimes some chapter, some initiation into road safety related issues are being put in those issues. Rest, the environmental issues, the pollution related issues are being dealt by Pollution Control Board. If you look at the spectrum, there are huge number of verticals and departments which are involved in that, and that is also one of the reasons why it is one of the most difficult tasks within the governmental setup to bring them these many people on a common platform and tell them, here is an important issue, please address it. Go for it in a structured, planned manner so that desired outcomes are achieved in a time frame. It is hard to achieve. Risk factors are many. Of course, why these accidents happen, we can go in and deliver a separate lecture on that topic. But many of them are some kind of an error or a negligence on the part of individuals, whether it is non-use of helmets. Chunk of the motorcycle riders in the city use, you can see, they are very casual. They get out of their house, start their motorcycle and get onto the road without wearing helmet, which is a very, very key component for one's safety. Similarly, non-use of seat belts. You have high-end car, but you don't use seat belt. Even that airbag will not operate when there is an accident if you are not wearing seat belt. Children are also made to sit on their laps many times without seat belt safety, compromising their future, their safety, isn't it? So we are so casual in many of these issues. Distraction, but mobile has become a menace of the roads. Today, you see many people leaning on the right, left, holding their mobile, and driving the car in one hand, and the other car is other hand is busy holding the mobile phone. Their attention is elsewhere. He's talking to his wife or a boss or a client elsewhere and driving the car on the road, compromising the safety of his own safety and also of the fellow road users. So there are many such issues, including drunken driving, quite rampant. The other day you read it in the newspaper. Fellow was found driving a car in an inebriated condition where he is not saying to be there on the road using his car. So there are a number of reasons, and contempt for the traffic signals. Jumping of signal in this city and elsewhere in Gujarat and India is very, very rampant. You don't stop at the signals. You think that it is just for a show. Red, yellow and green. There is a clear message for you when the red light is on. It is not okay. It is not safe for you to move ahead. But yet you have contempt for that kind of a system which should be reminding responsible citizens to stop and proceed. But we don't care. That's the reason why we end up sacrificing so many lives on the road. Now, Government of Gujarat and Government of India have come up with a number of initiatives for the road safety, as Vasawa Sahab was also saying. In fact, it was a little late in the day. We started MV Act. The MV Act 1988 came in the year 1988. That was the time when the modern road systems, vehicles and things like that were entering in a big way, and we thought that it need to be a robust statutory regime to deal with this kind of situation, and we came up with enabling rules. All the state governments embraced that. In the year 2021, again we amended it to make it contemporary. Many provisions have come in which makes it feasible, even electronic enforcement and many things, and has also created something called Road Safety Authority today. As I told you, it used to be a fragmented system. Today there is an effort to bring the stakeholders on a common platform, an agency made responsible called Road Safety Authority. The minister is the chairperson, and all the secretaries and representatives of the department are also part of the decision-making process. So that is another huge initiative on the part of the Government of India and Government of Gujarat. Gujarat Road Safety Fund is another initiative. You may not be aware, over 200 crore get apportioned for road safety related issues. Today we have 10,000 plus volunteers called Traffic Brigade posted across the state. They work alongside the police. Half of the money goes to pay their honorarium, remaining we buy equipments and toolkits for the road safety enforcement. Then we have recently Government of India came up with the vehicle scrapping policy as well. They used to be the worst polluters in urban centers like Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, etc. This substandard vehicles not complying with the global standards were the ones who were polluting. Today we have a robust policy in place. And Samir Raval and his team were part of road safety demonstration corridor. World Bank used to take this initiative. Whenever we fund any road construction activity, there shall be a component which gives you global best standards for road safety. And we did it in the Dahej, Bharuch stretch, and also in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Indira Bridge to Oba, and fantastic systems, total solutions, which we have made it part of Vishwas today, and that was another robust initiative on the part of the Government of Gujarat and Government of India. Today, in a technological world, we have rapidly moved towards enforcement and traffic management with the rigorous use of technology, which is best enforcement practices across the globe. Today we have HSRP number plates, etc., which is easy to read, and we have automatic number plate recognition based CCTV camera networks in most of the urban centers. As Vasawa was referring to Vishwas project, which I have been heading from 2018, now 6 years down the line, we have set up this kind of cameras in 41 cities, in all the district headquarters, and 6 Pavitra Yatra Dhams, which include Somnath, Dwarka, Dakur, and Palithana, Ambaji and all that, and also Statue of Unity, which has emerged as a global tourist attraction. In these places, we have deployed 10,000 plus body-worn cameras. These are worn by the policemen on their shoulder, which is being used for two purposes. One, to bring about transparency in what we do. Many a times we were accused of, abused of high-handedness, corruption. Police हफ्ता लेती है, अपने से harass किया, abuse किया. Today, traffic men standing in the road junction is wearing body-worn camera. Every transaction that happens in front of them is captured by these cameras and fed to the commandant. As I told you, it is intended for bringing greater transparency, accountability, and citizen-friendly behavior on the part of the police, which was transformed the way we were doing business. In this city, I have been here for 8 months. I am sitting on their head every day that no policeman shall stand on the road corner without these camera systems. That is one of the things that we have. We also expect citizens to behave responsibly. Many a times there are episodes of abuse and also assault on the policemen. You will keep on reading newspapers. Now we have many other initiatives. We are expanding this Vishwas network, including to Vadodara city, Surat city, parts of Rajkot city, and 54 other cities across the state. Taking the total number of cities to 95, we will be getting this second phase inaugurated somewhere in late January or early February 2025. We are fairly sure with this expanded network of cameras in the cities, and they will also cover all the entry-exit points with Maharashtra, Diu Daman, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So any vehicle entering Gujarat, any vehicle exiting Gujarat, we should be able to say if they are involved in a criminal case. I can safely say that we will be able to identify, bring them to book. And it is for the safety and security of the people of Gujarat, and I have great pride in saying that these systems are initiatives of government which makes it so seamless and robust in law enforcement purposes. We also have other initiatives like IRAT, which is a database. We have today integrated our system with the Vahan database, Sarthi database, and issuing e-challans. Today, there is a concept called One Nation, One Challan. The challans are similar across the country. So if there is a violator here in Vadodara, he can be caught in Chennai. If there is a violation in Chennai, he can be caught in Delhi. So there is accountability. Across the nation, there is a coordinated effort to stop these violations. In Vadodara city also, there are about 1,700 plus cameras under the Smart City project, which was one of the initiatives of Urban Development Ministry. And we have been using these cameras for enforcement as well. Under the Vishwas Phase 2, we will have close to 700 cameras. We are upgrading our command and control center in the police bhavan. It will be ready in another 4 months or so, because we were not part of Vishwas Phase 1. We had left it to Smart City, but in the Phase 2, because of the demand by the political leadership and the administrators, we are expanding our network to Vadodara city as well. Similar thing will be there in Surat city as well. Now, basically, as some of the speakers mentioned, we are a mature democracy aspiring to become one of the economic powerhouses among the Committee of Nations. That is the aspiration with which we have set off, and the journey can't be that easy unless we focus on road safety related issues. Honorable Prime Minister of India has given this vision that Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. If you are to emerge as a robust, powerful country, Shresth Bharat, one of the developed nations by 2047, we can't ignore these issues at all. So today we have fantastic roads, express highway that has come. We were the early beneficiary. National Expressway number 1 was between Vadodara and Ahmedabad. We failed to use it to our advantage in a way. There are accidents because we don't comply with the rules of the game. We don't adhere to lane discipline. Sometimes we jump. We have contempt for the road safety related issues, and hence accidents happen. Another expressway has come, Mumbai-Ahmedabad. Fantastic road. Can't imagine these infrastructure coming in our country in such near future. During our lifetime, many things are happening. So the finest roads, as I was mentioning, the kind of machines that we have, vehicles today, they are global standard. You mentioned BMW, it is there in Vadodara, any number. But the driver behind these finest cars, if he is not responsible, car will not save him. Car will not save him. He will still meet with an accident and die. We need to wake up to this challenge. So I would like to say 5 things are important. 5 engineering E's, 5 C's are also important. 5 C's are when I say there need to be consistent policy framework. Government of India has been constantly fine-tuning the system. These amendments, revised rules, revised regime, new data sets, databases, integration of many systems are part of that. There need to be continuity. Second, commitment for road safety. It is not that one-off seminar, workshop of this kind, engineers come, spend some time and walk away. No. Our commitment need to be 365 days and through lifetime. If that is the approach with which we do, there can be difference. Coordination between stakeholders is another very, very important thing. If there is no coordination between police, RTO and other stakeholders, then whether this is black spot or licensing regime and things like that. Today we have prepared a list of 100 plus top violators, people having 30 plus e-challans. One bus ended up paying 65,000 when we intercepted the bus. That is the kind of situation we live in. Why should there be so many challans pending? Now we have started moving towards cancellation of licenses. We'll have to move towards harsher measures when the contempt or the respect for law recedes. We can't take that situation lightly. Another important issue is compassion for people who get involved. Accidents will continue to happen. There can be decline, but there are situations where man, machine and the road and the surroundings, when certain times it complicates. There can be a dog which can jump into it. A cattle may walk in front of your vehicle. A child may simply stray into your road. There can be many situations where it is unavoidable. So people who get involved in such accidents get injured need medical attention. You will get to see in the video when the accidents happen, when passers-by go, they are more interested in taking a video clip of the scene than helping the injured, shifted to hospital. That is not okay. We need to be compassionate citizens, responsible citizens, have some concern for the fellow being who got injured, irrespective of his caste, creed, his economic identity or status. He is a man in need, man in pain. If you help him in the golden hour, if he is shifted to hospital, his life can be saved. Out of this 178,000 fatalities we see, many were savable. Lives could have been saved if responsible citizens had responded quickly. Now coming to compliance. Compliance is a key issue. You don't expect police and the RTO and the other departments to do it. You will have to do it for yourself. Unless you are concerned about your safety of your fellow citizens, I can't come to your rescue. Me, my men, my entire system, the officers sitting here on the stage, we are totally committed and we want to deliver you best possible solution for road safety. However, we can't help a society which is not committed for its own security and safety. So please join hands with us. We can make a difference. Otherwise, it is very, very difficult. I would like to say that the journey, life journey today is linked to road journey. Chunk of the population today, the highest or the most popular mode of transportation continues to be road transportation. You can't use aircraft for everything that you do. If you are traveling from your home to office, there is no chopper service available. If you are traveling from your home to the school to drop your child, you still need to drop, however rich you are, because there is no helipad available out there. So we will continue to use the roads, and the road journey is part of your life journey. And if it has to be, your journey has to be fulfilling, successful, please don't ignore road safety related issues. It is very, very important for you. We can win, we can reach our destination provided you join hands with our police officers. I would like to just mention two incidents. The other day, there was an incident in which a traffic policeman tried to stop a vehicle which was driven by a drunken fellow and jumped the traffic signal. He hit the policeman. Police officer got badly injured. His shoulder got dislocated and fractured. Today he is admitted in hospital. What does it say? Drunken driving, contempt for rules, and when the policeman says stop, he is stopping it for your safety. He is not doing it for his personal welfare, it is for the societal welfare. He is the messenger of safety. Please have regards for him, respect for him. He is reminding you of your responsibility to stop. If you don't, we will have to be harsh. We registered a case under section 307 and arrested the fellow. But we don't want that episode to happen again. Yesterday, there was an incident in which a slow-moving vehicle called this dumper, it ended up killing a motorcyclist who was coming in opposite side, wrong side. Even a slow-moving vehicle can be very nasty and fatal for you if you again are on an adventurous mode and taking a reverse route. Rules is for you and for everybody to follow. You can't say my motorcycle, highway, my way. No. Highway is your way, but rules of the game apply to everybody. You can't say I own the road. You use the road, you don't own the road. Please use responsibly, drive responsibly, care for your safety, care for your fellow citizens. As Commissioner of Bhudhrani City, I'm delighted to be here and talking to you. You are actually people who occupied important positions in corporates, governments, and other entities. You have been engineers all across your career, finest brains in society. Please send this message across your family, your community, immediate neighborhood, that road safety should not be compromised. And that is the way to bring down the number of fatalities, injuries, and create a safe roads, safe communities, safe city. Otherwise, calling smart city, our city is smart, Sanskari Nagar doesn't help. Let us be Sanskaris. Have that resolution, commitment, sincerity in following the rules of the game. Road safety related issues are very important. So let us use this platform and forum to recommit ourselves, rededicate ourselves for this cause and issue, and our resolve to adhere to rules and ensure our own safety and safety of the community, that we reminded all the time. Thank you so much for giving me this chance. And Vasawa Saab and all have been my finest colleagues in the government department. We have worked together on road safety corridor and Vishwas project and several other projects. They are engineers and concerned and worried about road safety related issues, joined hands with me and my department on several occasions. I look forward for this kind of collaboration and collective effort to take this idea forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to say that his 28 years of journey in the police department. First, when he joined, he was an engineer. Now he is a very good administrator. When I read his biodata, there were a number of awards were received by him from the government. But there was no time to read out all the awards. Now, we want to, rather I would like to say that each of us should stand up and give him standing ovation for his services. Please. Thank you. Now, I would like to request dignitaries on dais to come and sit in the front row, because police department is going to present a video on road safety.
हमारी मंजिल तक पहुंचाती है, किसी को उसके काम तक, किसी को स्कूल, किसी को बाजार और किसी को अपने प्रियजनों के पास। लेकिन क्या आपको पता है, न गंभीर बीमारियों से, न देश की सीमाओं पर लड़ते हुए, बल्कि सबसे ज्यादा लोग अपनी जिंदगी गंवाते हैं हमारी इन्हीं सड़कों पर, दुर्घटनाओं का शिकार बनकर। और ये होता है सिर्फ और सिर्फ लापरवाही की वजह से, कभी खुद की तो कभी किसी और वाहन चालक की लापरवाही से। भारत में प्रतिवर्ष 1,60,000 से अधिक लोग, गुजरात राज्य में प्रतिवर्ष 7,000 से अधिक लोग और वडोदरा शहर में प्रतिवर्ष 180 से अधिक लोग सड़क दुर्घटना में अपनी जान गंवाते हैं। इनमें से कोई किसी का बेटा है तो कोई किसी की बेटी, कोई घर का एकमात्र कमाने वाला व्यक्ति है तो कोई परिवार को एक माला में पिरोकर रखने वाली कड़ी। और अनहोनी सिर्फ वह दुर्घटना नहीं है, अनहोनी वह भी है जो दुर्घटना के बाद पीड़ित परिवार पर गुजरती है। आर्थिक, सामाजिक और मानसिक हर रूप में एक परिवार को घेर कर खड़ी हो जाती हैं चुनौतियां। उनके सपने, उनकी खुशियां सब एक पल में बिखर जाते हैं। और इन सब का कारण छोटी छोटी लापरवाहियां, जैसे कि बिना हेलमेट पहने बाइक चलाना, बिना सीट बेल्ट बांधे कार चलाना, नशा करके गाड़ी चलाना, वाहन चलाते वक्त मोबाइल का इस्तेमाल करना, रॉन्ग साइड में वाहन चलाना या ओवर स्पीडिंग करना, ट्रैफिक सिग्नल की अवहेलना करना और ऐसे कई और ट्रैफिक के नियमों का उल्लंघन करना। एक छोटी सी लापरवाही हमारे जीवन की सबसे बड़ी भूल बन सकती है।
को गाड़ी पाछળથી ઠોકી જેવા નીચે પડ્યા ને માથું ફાટી 10 ફૂટ ઊંચા પડે એ થઈ ગયું। અમારે જો बातचीत कहीं થઈ नहीं।
बाद में थोड़ी पब्लिक इकट्ठी हुई, उसके बाद हमको बहुत हेल्प की ज़रूरत थी, पर लोग वीडियो बनाने में इतने ज़्यादा वो थे कि किसी ने हमारी हेल्प ही नहीं करी। हाथ में
एक असावधानी हमें हमारे अपनों से दूर कर सकती है।
मार्केट गयो तो मार्केट से पाछो आवतो तो ने पिकअप वाळाए मतलब चढ़ाई दीधी। ए जे मतलब मारो घर पोटो चलावतो तो मतलब जेम तेम કરીને मतलब શાકભાજી ધંધો કરતો તો, લારી ચલાવતો તો, मतलब દાડો મેં કાઢી રહ્યો છું, मतलब મારો કેવો મારો टाइम है કે કેમ જવાબ હતો કે મારો અંદાજો થઈ ગયો।
एक भाई के जाने के बाद एक पिता का साया हट गया, उनके लड़के में से 2 बहनों को एक भाई चला गया, एक माँ का लड़का, पूरा घर बिखर गया है।
एक गलती एक परिवार को निराधार और लाचार बना सकती है।
ડોક્ટરે કીધું છે કે 1 વર્ષ તમારી દવા ચાલશે, તમારાથી નોકરી તો જવાય નહીં, વજન ઉઠાય નહીં, ડ્રેસિંગ તો હજુ 6-7 મહિના સુધી ચાલશે, પછી નહીં કવિંગ આવે તો તમને ફરતી પ્લાસ્ટિક સર્જરી કરવી પડશે।
जो दागीने वागीने थे मेरे सब बेच के मेरे भाई के ऊपर लगा दिए हम लोग ने, अभी से बचा पाए हैं।
અમારે એના હાથે જવાનું હોય ત્યારે એની જગ્યાએ આજે અમારા છોકરાને એવી રીતના એને વળાવો પડે કરે કે જેથી કરીને અમારું તો આખું જીવન જ મુશ્કેલ ભર્યું થઈ ગયું છે। જીવન જીવવું જ એકદમ બેકાર થઈ ગયું છે।
एक गैर जिम्मेदाराना कदम हमें और हमारे परिवार को कभी ना भरने वाला गहरा जख्म दे सकता है।
पर मारा छोकरा ना થઈ ગયો એટલે અમારો કોઈ આધાર છે નહીં। મમ્મી કે કપડો બધુંનું જલપાનું બધું પૂરું કરીશ એવું કહેતો મારો છોકરો। આ અત્યારે અમારો આધાર કોઈ છે નહીં
કે મારા હસબન્ડ નહીં રહ્યા આ અકસ્માતના લીધે। આજે મને એવું ટાઈમ આવી ગયો છે કે મારે 7,000 એમાં જોબ પર જવું પડે છે પેટ્રોલ પંપ પર, અને મારા સાસુ સસરા છે એ બી ઘરે 100, 200, 500 મિનિમમ એટલો ધંધો એ કરી શકે છે। હવે મારે કોના સહારે જીવવું અને મારા બાબાને મારે ભણાવવાનું છે, એટલે એનું ફ્યુચરનું શું?
एक भूल हमें जिंदगी भर के लिए बेबस बना सकती है, लेकिन इस दुखद सच्चाई को बदलना हमारे हाथ में है। अगर हम अपने कदमों में थोड़ी सी सतर्कता लाएं, ट्रैफिक नियमों का पालन करें, तो हम न जाने कितने घरों को उजड़ने से बचा सकते हैं। हेलमेट पहनना, सीट बेल्ट लगाना, नशे से दूर रहना, ये छोटे छोटे कदम हमारे या किसी और के जीवन को बचा सकते हैं, किसी के परिवार को सुरक्षित रख सकते हैं। हमारा जीवन अनमोल है और हमारे अपनों के लिए हम इस जीवन को सुरक्षित रखने का हर संभव प्रयास करें। यह सिर्फ एक अपील नहीं है, यह एक वादा है खुद से और अपने परिवार से कि हम सुरक्षित रहेंगे और दूसरों को भी सुरक्षित रहने का संदेश देंगे। आइए सड़क सुरक्षा के प्रति जागरूक बने और औरों को भी बनाएं। सड़क सुरक्षा आपकी जिम्मेदारी, अपनी और अपनों के लिए। वडोदरा पुलिस द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
We all have seen the video. Some of us might be part of one or other accident. Now my personal experience is also there. When our classmate and our colleague, Mr. Paresh Shah, we were coming from Gandhinagar at around 11:30. There was no bridge in Thani. There was underpass only. So one truck came rushing from wrong side. From Baroda side, crossed us, hit us, 2% died on the spot. Our driver, I had to pull him out of the jeep. Mr. Paresh Bhai died in the hospital. And I had 14 stitches in the head. In that case. So this is my personal accident. No, none of us was responsible for that. But the recklessness of the truck driver has rather affected us. I can't say anything more. Now, further ahead, you would like that Mr. Samir Raval, Chief Engineer retired from Government of Gujarat, will give his keynote address. Prior to that, I would like to read out his biodata. Please excuse me. Mr. Raval has completed his BE Civil from NIT Calcutta. He initially worked as a site engineer in private firm. He joined R&D department in 1990 as assistant engineer, and he has reached to the post of chief engineer. He has worked with CRRI and Gary in various capacities. His experience of World Bank is very vast. You can take his services of his experience in World Bank. One more thing I want to say, among us is Sri Sandeep Pasawaji, is the Secretary Government of Gujarat. He was with my executive engineer, he was my superintendent engineer, he was my chief engineer. He has worked in various capacities and now working as a Commissioner of Housing in Government of Gujarat. He has given number of roads. He has developed so many roads that I cannot enumerate. Now I would like to Mr. Samir Raval to give his keynote address.
Thank you, Atul bhai. I think after watching this video prepared by Vadodara City Police under the able leadership of Omar Sahib, I think everybody is sensitized. It has touched, and I feel that even in our cinema groups, where we see often this tobacco advertisement and all, along with this, if sir we can go for this kind of films, it will affect. As you have said, that 5 C's. First one, second one was the continuous one. Continuous efforts. So this kind of continuous hammering rather, it sensitizes ourselves. Because as one of the affected person was telling, that nobody helped them. Everybody was busy preparing real films and they were spreading, okay, look, see this accident. So actually, when we saw this film on 18th of November, where Sir has organized one very good program, Sadak Samvedana. So in that, this film was shown for the first time. And I requested Sir that can you give us for our function. And immediately Sir has agreed. And today, because of that, we could see this. So with this, as Honorable Vasawa Sir, Narasimha Komar Sir has emphasized the need for road safety, I just want to add little bit, whatever I have gained some experience. Again, I am really thankful then our secretary and now Honorable Advisor to Honorable CM Shri S.S. Rathore Sir. During his tenure, he got the World Bank aided project. Not for funds. Gujarat was not having less funds. The Sir's vision was, let us have this World Bank project so our engineers can learn how to have good technologies, good best practices all among the world. Because a lot of world-class consultants, different equipments, construction technologies we can learn. So that was his vision. And because of this World Bank project, the second World Bank project in 2012, it was decided to have this road safety theme. Okay, we are constructing good roads, but as both sirs have mentioned, that our roads are safe also. It should be safe. How it can be done? And I remember in Mahatma Mandir, Rathore sir has conducted one workshop having the title Road Safety Capacity Management Review. That, okay, if you want road safety, what kind of capacity we have? We means government department. So, world-class consultant, they came to Gandhinagar, they deliberate on this issue from all the stakeholder departments, as sir has mentioned, home, transport, R&BD, education, health, urban development, everybody has participated. And then this journey has started in 2012. And I just want to highlight that when we took this World Bank delegation for whatever capacity we have, just to show them, and as a coordinator of all these stakeholder departments, I took them to Surat, where Komar sir serving as ACP, crime and law and order and traffic. So we, that time Asthana sir was there and Sanjay Srivastav sir was there. So when we show them the video wall, control and command center, I'm talking about 2013, they were amazed and they asked us that which consultant has done this? So just as we all are engineers, I would like to say that sir has used his electrical engineering, and through all his friends, Asthana sir, Sanjay sir, everybody, they took keen interest, and from themselves only this system was done. So they were really amazed that these kind of things we can do it on our own without help of any consultant, preferably the outsiders. World Bank was envisaging that some outsider might have come and they have helped. So this is the really potential of ourselves. So among all of us, the small champion is there. If you want to work, want to do something good, we can do it. So this is one of the examples which sir has done. And see, from 2013, the journey is going on, and in spite of having Commissioner of Police responsibility in Vadodara, he has not been relieved from all this Viswas project of whole Gujarat. So, and today, not as a Commissioner of Police, but as an engineer, we should congratulate him, and sir is doing good work. Similarly, after 2012, then Vasawa sir took over and we continued this road safety journey. I remember in 2016, sir has given me an opportunity to represent at Philippines. A very short time, but sir took keen interest. No, let us go there, demonstrate what we are doing. And we have represented there the road safety work, what we have done, as sir has mentioned, Bharuch, Dahej and this Koba, Gandhinagar highways. So we have got immense potential. Only thing is will to work. And sir has appealed us in his last sentence that let us join together for a noble cause. We have seen a lot of people have died, and as Vasawa sir has in his beginning lecture, that though he wished that nobody should met with, but one way or other, we would experience the plight of accidents, right? So with this, I just want to add something through my small presentation. See, as we have seen, the whatever development we are making, but road accident is a negative externally associated with expansion of road network, motorization and urbanization. All these three are inevitable. As a developing nation, this is going to happen. And as Kumar sir has told us that this is not India problem, it is a global issue. And many of the countries, including ourselves, it is the within top 4 reasons for death. And though we are increasing population, we are increasing by vehicle numbers, everything, and then the accidents, that way it is declining. But accidents killed per lakh population is not declining. That is the real issue. Now all this kind of mode of transport going to happen. We cannot stop, but the development not at the cost of human lives. That should be our main focus. If we see the global scenario, about 50 million, say 5 crore people, they got injured. Out of them, 13 lakhs losing their lives every year in globally. Now out of these 13 lakhs, if we see as a it is like 10 jumbo jet crashings every day. So suppose one air crash is there, lot of debate on television and all we see, but here almost 10 planes are crashing, nobody is talking about, because it is in isolation. And as sir has emphasized, that samvedna, we don't have that. Suppose we read the newspaper every day, we see small column, 10 died in fatal accident, 5 injured, 6 died. So we just read and forget it, because it is not happening to us. But I remember once our team leader from World Bank, he was from Kenya, he asked me that your 1,50,000, at that time the amount means the numbers were 1,50,000. He asked me that you people are losing 150,000 countrymen and you are not doing anything. That time actually 7 our soldiers were captured by Pakistan and they were brutally tortured and their dead bodies were recovered, and there was a huge outrage in India that see we have lost our 7 Jawans. But at the same time, when we are losing 150,000 of our countrymen, not the same kind of outrage we have. So that sentence appealed me, and from that day I made up my mind. Whenever, whatever capacity possible, I will try my best to save lives because our countrymen are dying. And as we have seen the families, their plight. Suppose the bread earner is gone, what will happen? People will come for 10-15 days. They will sit, they will pray, but nobody will give you money. You have to run the show. It's very difficult. Similarly, so this is the global scenario. Now let us say in India wise, our population, economy, vehicles, all are increasing. See, we have got 67 lakh kilometer road network, it is expanding. Out of that, NH about 2%, SH 3%, and other roads 95%. Here I would like to mention, as sir has said, though it is 2% NH, but it is high traffic volume corridors where the conflict of vehicles are more, and that's why the accidents are also more. Similarly, we have got this many numbers of vehicles, but if you see, we have got about 26 crore two-wheelers, and we will see that major fatalities for two-wheelers. No other nations, developed nations, have got this kind of two-wheelers population. That is the main problem. Now we see in India, similarly in Gujarat also, from 2018 to 22, there are accidents about more than 450,000. One exception is 2020. Everybody knows it was because of COVID, where the traffic was less, lockdowns and everything. But then when it started again, it has picked up. So as a 2022 March data, 168,000 people have died because of road accidents. And about 5 lakhs people have injured. Now in the film, if you have seen, some were having photographs with garland, they have died, but some people, they were having bandage and all. And one of the family members was telling that she sold all her ornaments for the treatment of her brother. So one way, if somebody is losing life, that is a very sad part. But somebody has survived, and for the treatment, how much amount, how much mental stress, because daily they are seeing their loved one having suffering. So injured person is also a problem, and out of that again I will tell you about 30 to 40% people, they become permanently disabled, which is a real problem. All your money will wipe out, all savings will go away. As Atul Bhai has said his experience, I just want to share one of my experiences. I used to play tennis with one well-built doctor of Baroda. For 2-3 hours he could play, very well built and very wealthy person, but he was fond of driving motorcycles. He was wearing helmet, but he forgot to put a strap, and on this jail road he met with accident. His head was hit on the curb. I will just narrate small thing. At that time his doctor friends were discussing that it's very less chance of surviving this, our friend. So his wife heard this and he scolded like anything, that what you are talking, you just try, save him, save him. Now, by grace of God or whatever their efforts, he survived. That time, whatever wealth I saw, after these 20 years, if you go there, now it's a very small house, no car, all money has gone, because 24/7, 2 nurses should be there. His situation is like a 2-year child. So you can see the impact, the survived one. So sometimes his wife now realizes that why those doctors were telling that he may not survive. So these 20 years, she has seen her daily dying. As a friend, I also suffered a lot seeing him. So let us, as Sir has said, let us have compassion. If somebody has met with accident, one of the lady told, nobody helped them. So we should help. As an engineer, let us try to have good road design, forgiving design. Even if they make mistakes, we should try in such a way that we can save them. And as a 5 E's, we should have emergency medical care as fast as possible. So let us see different scenario on NH. 36% of road accidents out of road accident deaths out of this 1,68,000. So 61,000 on SH 41,000. Now, as Sir was mentioning, this not wearing helmet and not wearing seat belt. See the contribution 50,000 and 16,000. So that total is 46,000 out of 1,68,000. That comes to around 40%. So if we do not do anything, any rocket science, just if we go with this, if we go improve this helmet wearing and the seat belt, we can immediately, with small intervention, we can improve our record. These lives can be saved. And this VRU means vulnerable road users. Everybody knows vulnerable road users, mainly the pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists. So vulnerable road users, as a motorcyclist, 74,000 they died. So out of this 74,000, 50,000 they died because of not wearing helmets. So if this would have been reversed, this has been changed. So instead of increasing the deaths because of accidents, so as if we consider like we say when earthquake comes, people say earthquake has killed so many people. No, our building design sometimes that is faulty. Some of the buildings they don't go, like Japan, so many accidents. Similarly, accident happens, but if we take care of this seat belt, helmet, we can save these precious lives. As an engineer, one more I just want to share. On junctions, 23% of accidents happens. All these 4,61,000 accidents, out of that 23% accident happened in junction, because on junctions conflict of vehicles are there. So out of this 23% accident results in 20% fatality. See, accident happens, that doesn't mean somebody has to die. But here on junctions, possibility is very high. So if we just do 3 things first, seat belt, helmet, junction improvement, at least 50% battle can be won without much efforts, without much investment. And as Sir has narrated, all this with enforcement, everybody is taking, enforcement is not up to the mark. Why our people, when they go to abroad, they follow each and every rule? Why? What they are doing? They are having enforcement. Okay, here also enforcement is there, but we are not, honoring that. Suppose some challan has come, somebody has stopped that, as Sir has narrated, that drunk person, they hit the policeman. Right? Even we have heard in Delhi, or they took them for 1 kilometer on bonnet. Right? Many people, they are just misbehaving. As they are doing for our safety. They are also citizens of India doing their job, and for our safety, we should honor them. So my point is, if we quickly go for this, we can make a big difference here for reducing the. Now, we have seen 1,68,000. The main culprit was speed, overspeeding. So about 71% people, they died because of overspeeding. one way or another. So how to reduce speed? To see that, there is one graph I would just want to share. Now, as an x-axis collision time speed, y-axis fatality risk. Many of time you might have seen the posted speed limit, say 30, somebody 20, 40. How it has come? Because of this you can understand. Now let us see first, suppose there is a hit with any vehicle, pedestrian or cyclist, again it is a vulnerable road user. The speed is more than 40, around say 40, 42. The chances of fatality of that person is 50%. So that is why we are keeping less than 40. So suppose you put post speed of 20, 30, chances of fatality is less. So our highways, when they are passing through habitat area, some village or there, we used to put 20, 30, right? Similarly, when there are two vehicles collide, one is going on a main highway, another is coming from the side road, say T junction, Y junction, and the collision from side, if they collide with 60 and more, the chances of fatality 50%. So what should we do? The main road and meeting the another road, we should have traffic calming measures, maybe speed hump, stop sign, that way. And again, when there is undivided highway and there is head-on collision, more than 80, chances of fatality is 50% and more. So speed is the main culprit, that's why I kept that slide. Similarly, for road safety interventions, including those three, seatbelt, helmet, junctions, all this we can do, because we have to address the vulnerable road users, the pedestrian. As Rana sir is not available, actually I wanted to appeal him that in our urban scenario, many of time we spend a lot of money for making footpath, cycle tracks, but because of this encroachment and all, those facilities our citizens are not utilizing, and that is why they are compelled to walk on the road, and that is why they meet with the accidents. But it is a good thing that since I think 1 month, lot of encroachment drive with good coordination of municipal officials and our police officials, Baroda is seeing a lot of encroachment removal. So it's a good sign. Again, it's a very good initiative. This kind of video is prepared by Vadodara police, and that again this challan system and all, I think sir is going to be here for 3 years, I wish, and by that time there is a chance this 180 people what we have seen, maybe it will come to very, very less, at least half it will come. Now all this detail our Ronak ji will tell in road safety audit how we can do for engineering. So these are the things if we do for larger perspective of our highway designs, the junctions, curve improvement, similarly the traffic calming measures we have done on our safe corridor demonstration program, this raised pedestrian crossing, speed humps. Now speed humps, it's interesting that whenever we go for road construction, passing from villages and all, every time people say put speed humps. You might have seen many speed humps. Now speed breakers, as per IRC design, majority of them are not met. As sir has mentioned, lot of authorities are involved, highway authority, panchayat, urban development, all they are making on their own. So as an engineer, we should make the correct one. Otherwise, these speed hump become the cause of death. Sudden jump and no marking, no cat eyes. So because of that speed hump, somebody can lose their lives, right? So we should do that. Also in urban scenario, we can have this bus base so that people have time to off the road, having pedestrian facilities, all these kind of junctions, development, work zone safety during construction. Now you see how this can, initially if you see in this, the central barrier was not there 5 years prior. After keeping this, it has changed. 6 fatal head-on crashes on this curve, it has changed. A small example, small intervention can lead to many things. Similarly, if you see this kind of barrier, it has saved many lives. So all this has been covered in road safety audit. Ronak ji will tell you. These are some of the treatments we can make to absorb the impact and we can save lives. Similarly, as we have seen, we have got the large number of two-wheelers and there is a mixed traffic. Lane discipline is not there. Somebody wants to just overtake. We have seen in clip, many of the vehicles, they are going from last lane to first lane and met with the accidents. So if we segregate them for motorcyclists, that is one of the solutions. Similarly, tactile marking on highways, if somebody is overspeeding, then this kind of tactile marking gives small noise that will just warn the rider that look, you are overspeeding. One of the solutions. Similarly, here if we see what enhancement we can do, putting barriers, hazard we can remove, markings can be improved, motorcycle lane can be done, sidewalk, all things as an engineer we should look for, and all he will explain during this road safety audit, because now it is mandatory for our road projects, road safety audit before construction, during construction and after construction. So all small things we can improve upon and give value addition to our road assets, so that in the end we have our asset free from road accidents. And similarly, suppose these are the things which are lacking, same thing, some of the, mainly the road marking will make a lot of difference, segregation of pedestrians and all. So not taking much time, but as sir has mentioned, there are 5 E's. So engineering, education, enforcement, emergency medical care and environment. So major challenge is to have the coordination of all the stakeholder departments. But in our state, it is now on a well track. Road safety, Gujarat Road Safety Authority is working very good. Road Safety Council in each district is working very nicely. And there are always good officers, because this is a noble cause. I met sir 10-12 years back, and even today, slight talk of road safety, it comes to us, our heart. Okay, let us go for it. When I requested, sir was very happy. Okay, I will come that time. And his team, they are doing fantastic job in Vadodara. So, major, if we see, there are 3 areas of concern. There are various reasons for road safety, road accidents. So 3 areas of concern. One is vehicle, another is human, all these issues, and as an engineer is infrastructure. So what we can contribute is here infrastructure as an engineer. As a citizen, we have to definitely for human, vehicle, everything. But as an engineer, we should contribute all these things by properly, or even we can revisit our own asset. Where is the lacuna? Because some accident happens, as sir has mentioned, that persons from police, transport and highways, they are going, finding out what can be done, what value addition can be done. Suppose in this case, we have not thought for multi-axle vehicles turning radius, and it may happen that somebody is coming from this side, can hit from the side. So this kind of revisiting our own asset. Similarly, if we see, it was near my house, I observed. Can somebody tell what is wrong here? Please.
Pillar inside the road.
Pillar, yeah, one. Another? I am asking for signboard. What is wrong?
First right is on the left.
Yeah, it is not perfectly placed. It should be on the first one. Here Alkapuri, right? Because the last lane person will have maneuvering. Same, it is a very small intervention. It requires observations. Same thing, and all these kind of things, guidelines are there, various codes are there, and way forward, because as Sir was mentioning, Honorable Minister Road Transport Highways, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, he is very, very passionate about this road safety, and he has asked to adhere the Stockholm Declaration, wherein we have to reduce accident by 50% by 2030. So we can do it by improving our design of roads and vehicles. Our mechanical automobile engineers can contribute for vehicle designs, enhancing enforcement we have seen, and it has been upgrading through this intelligent transport system, electronic enforcement. Then our health department providing timely life-saving emergency care for injured in road accidents. So all these coordinated efforts will result in saving the precious lives. We have kept one demonstration of from our EMRI people, 108 people, their ambulance is outside, how to give CPR, what things we should see, right? Because I have also been trained in that. Once I was sent there and I understand the word triage. I was not knowing what was triage. So they explained that suppose there is a huge accident, say 50, 60 people got injured. When this medical team goes, what they ask first, okay, who are the injured one? Come with me, I will help you. So whoever people go fast, they will isolate. Okay, this can be given later treatment. So that kind of triage. So I learned that this is a good technique, right? So they will explain what are the things, and it will be followed after the Ronak's lecture. So with this, I just have one message. Let us, our generation, plant the trees. Next generation will get the fruit. Let us give the road users a safe world. Thank you so much for kind attention. Let us join hands together and let us work to save lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Samir bhai. Now here, in our service, the police department is there. So there is very small request to the department as an engineer, and particularly I have got experience of roads for 45 years. This was sort of compulsory break, and particularly for police department, there are some protocols. What I wanted to say was this. In our city of Vadodara, we have seen that in medians, they have been putting trees, shrubs and things. Now, what happens when you go to the crossing, you don't know that who is coming from other side. So my request to the department, because as an engineer from this place or some government department, if we request something to the municipal commissioner or municipality, they are not going to listen to anything. Only the police department can enforce them. That first thing, in highway we have got restriction of 2 kilometers for opening. In city you cannot put that. In city you can put opening at a 50 meter or so. That is not an issue. The main issue comes here. From opening to 30 meters on either side, if you don't put any shrubs or trees, that will not, if you put them, it will obstruct the vision of the driver on either side. And that will cause very major accidents. So if you ask the corporation people that you remove this, all the vegetations for at least up to 30 meters from the section, it will save a lot of lives. And second thing, we know that our politicians are very fond of putting bumps on roads. Now, we don't have any objection to doing that, but it should be as per ISA standards. Width of the bumps should be at least 3 meters and height should not be more than 0.20. This is the highest point. So I would request the department from this forum, after seeing the whole scenario of a traffic, actually worldwide we are, that is Indians have, makes number one in what? Losing lives in accidents. And I have come to know regarding this, Clay Tingwell, a Swedish person, has rather put in his energy for 40 years to reduce the accidents and have given a result that by improving the shapes of the vehicle, he is saying that he will be reducing the accident and lives at least by 30%. So saving the 30% of lives is a very big, huge amount. Now, we all are engineers, as engineers we have been talking that we have been doing this and this and this. Now among us, there is a person, Mr. K.R. Thorat, Kamlesh Thorat. He is a person, he has put in his pain, not in doing the things, but he has published 3 books. One is on road crossings. Second book is guidelines for signage and road marking. And third book is special book he has written and published. Mr. K.R. Thorat and his team. Special book for Ahmedabad. What are the geometries in Ahmedabad and how it can be improved. Actually, he wanted to present one of the books to our Commissioner of Police, but unfortunately, Commissioner has other engagements and he has left. So I would like to request Mr. Thorat to present the books to some of the representative of the police department. Mr. Thorat. And last but not the least, but very important, our today's main speaker, Mr. Bhudhrani. He is a BE civil engineer, MA in transportation engineer. He is a PhD scholar from CRRI. He is a certified road safety auditor and has served World Bank road safety in Bikaner zone and some other areas. He has trained 5,500 road safety engineers across India. This is a very huge figure. We are rather lucky that he is among us and he is going to deliver a lecture on road safety. Now he serves as a road safety engineer for the Supreme Court Committee on Road Safety. So I would like that I would like to Mr. Bhudhrani to deliver his lecture.
I'm audible. So good morning to everybody. કોઈનો આવાજ નહીં આવ્યો, રિસ્પોન્સ પણ નહીં આવ્યો, પણ લાગે બધા ઊંઘે છે એટલે મેં ગુડ મોર્નિંગ જ કીધું. So the youngsters I think sitting at the last, so they are sleeping. So good evening, coming to the my session. It's on road safety. I'm audible, so we can have discussion while moving. My voice is audible at last. So coming to this point, from our lectures from last more than 1 hour, it's audible, sir? Yeah. Audible? Okay, done. So from last more than 1 hour, we are discussing about the road safety. So anybody can say me what's the road safety now? From more than 1 hour, we are hearing that road safety, road safety. So what's the road safety now? Yeah, or doing the audit of the road through any process is called the road safety audit. Okay, why it is necessary?
To decrease the accident.
Save our life.
Yeah, to save our life.
Save our.
So our topic is saving lives through road safety. Why it's necessary? Because it's my content. Because globally, more than 1.19 million. So Sheikh sir had told me that to put the figure in crores, so to be proper. So can anybody tell me the conversion 1.19 million fatalities in crores? What will it be? 1.19 million. 11.9. Yes. So that fatalities are occurring globally. Okay. What's the population of Baroda? 24 lakhs. So you can say the how many Baroda will die every year. Half of the Baroda. So it's very concerning. And out of that, majorly people are affecting as the vulnerable road users. Who are the vulnerable road users? Pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists, and the person who are the senior, above the 60 years or 70 years, they are the also senior vulnerable road users. In India, 4,61,000 people are affected in the road accident. Out of which 1,68,000. So again, we are coming for the accidents. Who are the fatalities? I am again saying the fatalities are the accidents occurring. Okay, it's the same thing. In terms is different. Fatalities and accidents are the same thing. Even though technical it's called the crash. In India we are not saying crash, but in foreign terms we are saying it a crash. Samir sir had already suggested that there was an action when road safety was started in 2010 to 2020. It was the first decade of action when the road safety has started globally, because it's so alarming that many people were dying. So make it aware, all the countries had gathered and make it in a decade of action. It was the first decade 2010 to 2020 in which all the countries ministers are gathered and told that we have to decrease the road accidents. Or it was a vision zero for them. In some countries it was achieved. Okay. So some countries have achieved the vision zero, like Australia and other countries also have achieved. So we are also following that countries. But by hearing that everybody is saying that, we should also directly implement what other countries who are coming or following, decreasing their accidents. But here is the thing that we are Indians, everything can't be directly implemented in our country. We have to think, we have to do the research, what the things we can, it's good thing we can implement, but not all the things. So our policy makers, our ground officers, they have to do the research, what's the good thing, only that we can implement, because road users' behavior in India is different, in other countries are different. So we have to keep that also. So during that first decade, the 5 pillars were given by UN. So it was first was road safety management, safe road and mobility, safe vehicle, safe road users, and post crash. So these were the 5 pillars, out of which we are looking at the safe roads. We are from the road engineering. Again, in 2020, in first decade it was that we have to reduce accidents by 50%. But we were failed. You can see the data I had placed here. From 2011 to 2020, you can see that instead of decreasing, in 2011 the road accidents were 1,42,000. We have to reduce by 50%. So it should be around 75,000 only. But instead of 2020, you can see the data, we had increased it. Okay. And again, not only India, other countries, where also the accidents got increased. So all the ministers again in 2020, they gathered and they had extended the plan from 2020 to 2030. The action, decade of action has increased to 110 years again. So it's a global plan to reduce again 2030, that we have to reduce accident by 50%. So coming to now the Indian scenario, you can see the different states have the different road accidents data. I am coming to the state-wise fatalities. So Gujarat is on 9th stage and Uttar Pradesh is on 1st. So we are at 9th stage right now. So we have to also think, because our road accidents, because we all are piling on the road. If any, not only our family members, if one of us got affected, so we are thinking that it will not happen with me. I am driving safe, but it also happens with me, with you, everybody. So we have to start all the things. Now coming to some engineering portions. Now it's a potholes. 1,856 people had been killed on potholes. Okay, so in our Vadodara is always during after monsoon, it shows that it's a Vadodara is a Khadodara. Okay, so in some paper headline I had read that. So after monsoon, it's called a very different. As an engineers, road engineers, it's very a shame for us. Mobile usings, they are called, the number of accidents is 7,558 and person killed is 3,395. Similarly at junctions, so Raval sir had told that 23% are people killed on the junctions. So specially I had placed the ones dedicated slides for the junction treatment, because 23% we can save the lives on junctions somehow, so it will be good for us. So this again, same thing I had placed here. Foreign models can directly be cannot be implemented. You can see the junctions of the foreign models, in which there is no island, only signs you can see, road markings. So we as Indians, so sorry to say, many of the engineers or transportation officer, traffic officers, they also don't know the use of sign, what they want to say, the signs. Okay, one of my sir just recently passed. He used to say, he's a famous person in our road sector, DP Gupta sir. So he used to say that road के जो road marking और signs जो होती हैं, ये road का गहना मेकअप है, तो लिपस्टिक मेकअप है, तो वो लगाना चाहिए, तो उससे रोड अच्छा दिखता है. तो इसी तरह जब तक हम रोड पे साइंस मार्किंग लगाते रहेंगे, so the our roads will be seen beautiful. And it's उसको अंडरस्टैंड करना भी आना चाहिए, कैसे उसको पढ़ते हैं, साइंस का किसका, व्हाट्स द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ डिफरेंट साइंस एंड मार्किंग्स. So what's the road safety audit? It's a formal procedure of assessing the accidents, how the accidents got occurred. It's a proactive. After accidents, we are going on the road, or before the accidents, we have to suggest that how we can avoid the accidents before occurring any accidents. That we have to, road safety audit has to be audited. We have to in the shoe of the pedestrians. By being a pedestrian, we have to check all the roads that it's a safe for pedestrians or not, or all the road users. Road safety audit is conducted at different stages, like a feasibility stage, detailed design stage, DPR stage, then during construction, pre-opening, and existing road stage. Also, there is a one saying that female can be a good auditor. It's a sarcastic way, because in the road safety audit, we have to find the mistakes. Okay, so they can be a good auditor because we have to find the mistakes on the road. Lack of attention to detail, lack of understanding of safety issues, interaction of design elements, poor provision for the vulnerable road users, poor or misleading design. Black spot. I think nowadays many people have heard about the black spot. Yes or no? Yes. So what's a black spot? I had written here, but can you tell me what's a black spot? Yeah.
Stretch of 500 meters in which accident in last 3 years with more than 5 road accidents are there or more than 10. It is or fatalities are.
Yeah. So it's the same thing I had written here. Okay. What's the black spot nowadays? It's a little bit definition we are changing it. Now grade X spots are also coming up in our circulars that any place where more accidents are occurring in a 1 kilometer stretch. Now from 500 we are going for the 1 kilometer. Again, that because police officers sometimes at field they don't have the proper GPS location where to place. So they used to say that near about this location or this job the accident had occurred. But sometimes coming out the 200 meter far or we are not able to place at the proper location. Now due to IRATE, there's a one IRATE is a software now coming up with all the departments, police, transport, PWD, they all are coming up with this new IRATE system in which they have to go on the field and they have to spot the location where the accident had occurred. So now earlier we were not having the data to research the things. Now somehow we have a little bit data from last 2 to 3 years it is coming up. So many years, 5 years minimum is required for any data to get up the things. So coming up the 5 E's for the road safety. One is you can say environment or encouragement, engineering, education, enforcement, emergency. Why I say the encouragement? Because for anything we need the encouragement that funds are required for any work. Our policy makers or somehow we need the funds for working our road safety things. So encouragement will be required for the funding process that we have to start our work. So without any funding for the department, it can't be procedure for further. Now coming to the engineering. So we require the good engineers to have the safer roads for road safety. We all are going to do the mistake, but our road should be like that. It should be safer. Education now our many due to the Supreme Court committee, education from the school has come up. So from the school onwards from 4th, 5th standards, the road safety education has started. One chapter or something. So in 10th also they are coming up with the education. Enforcement. So enforcement is required from the transport officer, police officers to do the enforcement on the roads. Emergency care. So this portion is today going to cover by our emergency care department. As an engineer, I am going to cover engineering portion. So some I have shown the photograph in which before and after you can see the things. So on the left side you can see the lack of pedestrian facilities are there. Wherein right, if we have provided the good facilities for pedestrians, so they can walk on the footpath. So similarly, like design speed, in some location we have to provide the proper restriction of the speed, because otherwise if speed restriction is not there, it will go beyond the speed and crash will be occurred. We have to treat the nowadays most of the things are what we are seeing that road safety auditors they are coming up with only the solution of road signs and marking. They are not coming up with the proper solution of designs like improving the vertical curve, horizontal curve. Just they are doing the proper signs and marking is a audit, but it's not a complete audit. We have to go in a different aspect. So, and we have to give you all the things in report by improving vertical profile, horizontal profile. It is last option that department have right to do or not. It's a, but as an auditor we have to provide our view. Improving junctions. So if junction is not properly marked, you can see in the left junction there's a sand is on the junction. You can see it can be seen. So it's a natural island. We used to say it's a natural island. So road also sometimes with that this portion is not being used. So that junction need to be treated. You can see only some left hand curve or straight lane is used. So that junction also will need to be treated, like a channelize, or you can put the island on that to treat the junction. Access control. Sometimes in some expressway, recently in my experience, I used to say while I was coming from Delhi Vadodara expressway from Indore section. So on that stretch, I found that two-wheelers are also coming from the wrong side. Not on the right direction also, but first of all, two-wheelers should not be there. But it was coming during night time on wrong direction. And I was during night time, I was more than 80 speed. So first of all, I seen the two-wheeler, I had to reduce my speed. And again, not only one, after some kilometer, I had seen 2-3 vehicles are coming from the wrong side. So that access control is also right now not been played properly because it's not properly functioned. Even though kettles are coming on that Delhi Vadodara expressway, Indore section I'm traveling personally. So this is the section right now here. But access control should be like that, no two-wheelers, or if we are moving in the high speed, like a Delhi Vadodara or Vadodara Ahmedabad is the access control. So in some location that two-wheelers or three-wheelers are not being allowed. Shoulder width. You can see the shoulder has been damaged. It also sometimes leads for the accident. Traffic control devices. You can clearly define if you provide properly road signs or marking, we can drive. Sometimes non-uniform signs are also been installed on the road, which are self-made by some authorities or some local persons. So sometimes we are seeing that also. Pavement marking. So sometimes they are not following the proper IRC guidelines for the junctions. This type we are doing the hazard marker also. Safety issues for the side distance. So on junctions we are not having the proper vision for the side distance. So that side distance also be required, that by improving the side distance before designing the junction is required. So in the one sample we had shown that how we can improve the side distance. During night visibility, that anti-glare, or you can use the road studs, reflecting curves, or retro-reflective tapes for proper visibility. Provision for the cross at the junctions, that how before approaching any small road, minor road for the major junction, major road, we are providing a safety like traffic calming, the speed breaker or stop signs for the understanding the road users. Road hazard. You can see on the left side that sign is placed on the shoulder. So it's not proper. It should be beyond the shoulder. And this, even though this sign is placed, it can be placed behind the crash barrier. You can see that pole that for the signage is as electric tower at the edge of service road. It can be covered with the metal beam crash barrier. Even though the DP is also there. Now excess height, sometimes our design faults are there. So excess height, how the pedestrian will climb on the road. Even though we are not doing the proper poorly maintained footpath, that unsafe footpath come drain, sometimes it's open, so where a pedestrian will go. So we have to provide the proper user-friendly pedestrian footpath, that wherever required metal beam crash barrier need to be provided. this parking vehicle issue. How many are staying in the Vagodia area? Anyone? So on the median, I had seen that vehicles are being parked, or in the sometimes it's a 4-lane area. So sir was also saying that all the 4 lanes are not being used. Many vehicles are parked on the road, or you can say that it's been used by the lorries and all these things. So it's properly enclosed. You can see the encroachment there. So the 2-lane, hardly we are using the 2-lane. Am I right, sir? So even though during work zone, demarcation or proper advance warning has to be provided. We have a specific codes for all these reasons. Everything is there, but you can say properly auditing is required for work zone safety, existing stage, before design stage. So design stage, all things are there, but codes are there. We have to do the audit and we have to suggest the new things. Safety issues, then here you can see that where the pedestrian will walk, the open drain is there, that they are walking on the footpath, not on footpath, on main carriageway. There is a pedestrian movement across the road, that a subway is there where 2-wheelers are driving in Delhi. Busway is required because this location the bus is going to stop, but there is no proper facilities provided for bus location. Then you can now coming to the junction hierarchy. Okay, junction hierarchy, from which junction we have to go. First we are coming to the uncontrolled junctions, where initially when a junction is not being controlled by any traffic signal, or it's an initial stage of junction, is called the uncontrolled junction. Then we are coming to the second stage, is the channelized, that we are providing some islands. It's called the channelized. Then it go for the roundabout, then signalized junction, then rate separator, then interchange. These are the hierarchy of the junctions. So uncontrolled junctions, their channelized iron and properties modified or damaged of various reasons. Unauthorized opening on highways sometimes been seen. So it's called the uncontrolled junction. You can see some photograph on uncontrolled junctions, where the proper side visibility and nothing is been provided. It's been by some benefit of some shopkeepers or some schools. They are directly open the median, so it's called the uncontrolled junction. Now coming to the channelized junction, that by providing some islands on the main carriageway or on the junction is called the channelized junction. That will reduce the general area of conflict, merge the traffic stream at the small angles, and control the speeds of the traffic calmings entering in the intersection. So this is the benefit of channelized junction. These are some channelized that we can improve from the uncontrolled junction to a channelized T junction, Y junctions we can improve by providing some channelized things. Features, that shape and size guided by the geometry of intersection, mountable use for the pedestrian refuge, approach. These are some that how we can reduce the conflict by providing some channelized small intervention, that how we can improve the junctions. Y junctions, that curve design. If we are providing in urban section, if we provide some small corner radius, reduce the curve at the by a small radius, that will reduce the crossing and distance and the speed of turning traffic. Now rotary design. So have you seen the rotary in Gandhinagar? If you have visited, you have seen the rotaries. So what's the criteria for the rotary?
More than 70 meter radius, 19 meters.
And because we have to decide on the basis of the volume. Okay, we have to decide the rotary for the basis of the volume, traffic volume. That upper limiting volumes is more than 3,000 vehicles per hour during peak hours, and lower limit is 500 vehicles per hour. So then only we can provide, and during right turns are up to 30%, then we can provide the rotary. It's the minimum criteria. Shape of rotaries are circular, square, elliptical, then rectangular. These are different shapes of rotaries. How the movement will be occurred in the rotary, that modern roundabouts are also there. Then what's a rotary means? You can say rotary is a self-regulatory system where no intervention is required from police officials or nobody. It's a self-sustainable. From wherever road you are entering the rotary, you can rotate and circular, and you can move to your direction. So it's a self-sustainable island, or you can say junction. Then after that, what's the stage that we are going for? The signalized rotary. Okay. Why the signalized is required? One more thing I have seen in the falls in the Gandhinagar rotary, that it's a 2-lane merging with the rotary is a 2-lane one. It should be always 2+1 at the rotary peripheral. The 1 lane should increase, but in Gandhinagar areas, we are not seeing that 1 lane has not been increased. It can be increased. We have the radius is there. We can reduce the central space, and we can increase 1 more lane there. I'm not going to design elements because right now I'm the barrier between you and the reader. So I'm not going for the design solution. In the traffic design signals also there are different phases, like phase design, intersection, 2-phase, single-phase designs are there. We have to see the green cycle, amber cycle we have to design. So basis on the traffic signals, we have to see the capacity of the peak hours, off-peak hours, and in the urban section, during it's designed on the level of capacity, LOS. So LOS is from A to F, it is varies, where but in a road, one road faces all the level of service in a one day. From A to F, it faces all the level of service in a whole day. So on the basis of sometimes peak hours, we can't decide that is right. During peak hour, if the level of service is B, so level of service E, so we can't decide that it should be increased. The lane we have to increase, because in off-peak hours the level of service is B, so it will sustain long time. I think some of my civil engineer friends, they know the level of service, or it required a 1-hour lecture for the level of service. So it's a Indo-Highway Capacity Manual developed by the CRI for the Indian highways, where the you can say 100 pages chapter is the level of service only. I had shown the one table for level of service, that control delay per vehicle, that in level of service A, where we have the freeway. You can say the vehicle comes at the junction or on a road, it will go free. The waiting time will be hardly less than 10 seconds. Where in the B, it's more than 10 to 20 seconds. In C, 20 to 35 seconds. And D, 35 to 55. E, 55 to 80. And F is 80 seconds. So now today if you will go in your nearby junctions, if you see the level of service of what of your road is there during the peak hours, so you can judge the in which level of service your junction is there. So can anybody tell today if any junction is more than 80 seconds? Yoga center. So that need to be treated. But during the peak hour only, during the peak hour, I told that if during the peak hour, if it is a level of service F, but in off-peak hour, if it is level of service B, then it's okay. So it can be sustained. We have to hardly face the level of service F or E during peak hours for 2 to 3 hours. So we can't take the decision for increasing the lane, because increasing the lane is not an option. Even though sir was saying that Blackspot is shifting from one location to another location, because we are giving the flyover as an option. As being a field engineer in the field, many departments are saying forcefully that you have to provide the flyover there, because they have the Gadkari sir had given the lots of fund for the black spot, that each black spot need to be treated. They have the 40 to 50 lakhs, 50 crores, 50 crores funds there. So they are directly going for the flyover. And seriously saying the NHA, they are forcing us for do this things. we are saying it's not been required, but we are forced to do. So it will shift from one location, because flyover is also not an option. It will shift one black spot to the another location. Now grade separation. After the signalized junction, when it will the junction's capacity get over, we have to go for the grade separation. We have the Atal Setu here, that's also grade separation. Grade separation is the highest form of intersection design. We have the guidelines for that, IRC 92. If one road is carried over another road by means of bridge but without connection between them, that facility is called the grade separation. Now, grade separator is the flyover or a vehicle underpass. We are saying it's a grade separator. When coming to the interchange, in the many expressway or national highway, you had seen that interchange means it's a link connected from the two major roads with the some link. So it's called the interchange. A cloverleaf interchange is a must. If the land issues we have in India, so cloverleaf interchange is the benefited for India. You can say it's a safe, or you can very less cost suggestion. Type of interchange are T interchange, Y interchange, partially rotary, 4-leg diamond interchange, cloverleaf, rotary interchange, directional semi, and multi-leg intersections. These are some photographs of the T junctions interchange, trumpet. You have seen, I think most of the people have traveled, so they have seen the interchange also. 3-legged diamond interchange, cloverleaf. The major advantage of cloverleaf is that they require only one bridge, which makes such junction cheap if land is less. Partial cloverleaf, rotary, Y interchange, all direction 4-leg interchange. We have some new innovative junctions also. There's a J handle, jug handle, and J junctions. These are the new junctions recently been updated in the junctions list. The jug handle, we have, and this is a J turn intersection. This I had designed for the Lucknow Awadh Chaura junction. We have designed these things recently in the Awadh Chaura. So these are the junctions things that by improving some things, small interventions, we can improve the safety on the roads. Okay. Thank you. I have not covered many things, but it's a vast thing of road safety. I will request if Thorat sir can come and say something on road safety. Thorat sir. Okay. So now we can. Any questions for this? Yes, sir. Please.
Question में अभी 33 डिस्प्ले लगा है रोड में, how safe it is?
Sir, slightly.
Consolidation road the corporation ने 3 screens लगा है रोड पे.
जी जी sir.
होंगे 33 screens लगे. How safe it is?
Sir, it is not safe. It's not safe. Even the Supreme Court committee, they are not allowing that boards or it should not be there. It's restricting the users. Yes. Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
As you said, for transport, you are being forced to provide the flyover. So what is the other way you are thinking? If not flyover, then what?
Sir, first of all, we are going for the traffic study. Then why the expense side halted? Which way? It's, during daytime, we have to do the detailed study for the expense. It's also for the crash data analysis. So we are doing that, and we are finding the reason why the crash had occurred at that location. What was the reason? So we are coming up with that mitigation that during night time, so we can provide the lights. If the you can say lane marking is not there, if minor roads people are coming directly approaching on the major, so we can provide some restriction for them, or we can provide the proper side distance. Junction improvements are there. Yes. Last option we can go for the V5. Urban area, how far it is justified? Sir, in urban area, if it's you have the space. So in a well-planned city like a Chandigarh or Gandhinagar, you can go for it. But in a city like Vadodara, you don't have the space. So it is supposed to be removed. So periodical briefing is required. So you can say maintenance is a part of maintenance.
It also takes the time. Normally, the lab has some problem to go for their work. But better to do not have any plantation, it is central work.
The seed house entry is the biggest example for that.
So DDIP person with that's all.
Okay. So coming to the session, last session, our EMRI is also there. Yeah.
Sir, you mentioned Bhudhrani. Yeah. And you said there are many, what do you say, vehicles that not parked on the road and not been parked properly. But I come from Falun and I come to here, I see the Bapod section where vehicles are there, and the middle section, the divider section is used as not parking area. No one is using that. Yeah, no one is using that. You provide 6 lanes, you provide 1 lane for parking on each side and 4 lanes are there. No one is using the middle section. So why to waste that part?
We can design in such a way, there's a design portion for that. We can do the curb widening, or we can shoulder it in such a way that we can have the parking area. So proper planning is required.
Not, we are not using that properly.
It's a way, you can say that location, that area is going to be not being utilized. So by doing the parking, it is being used.
Sir, not if we give that space for a lane, then the last lane can be used as a pedestrian walk also, as a parking space also. We cannot use that place for pedestrian walk. Yeah, that part. Yeah. So why you waste it and it requires maximum investment. That was not requiring investment. That was we are just marking the place as parking place and we are parking. Here you are building it. You are wasting it.
Already parking area is a problem in every city. I think you have seen the movies also of parking. Okay, due to which that nowadays deaths are also, murders are also there for parking. So it's a big discussion. So proper planning for that is required.
I am not saying it is a problem. I am saying we are not giving the solution. We are actually increasing the problem.
We are running out of time.
Yeah. Sorry for the intervention, because we are running out of time, and our next presentation is demonstration EMRI by Mr. Bipin Bhudhrani. Mr. Bipin.
થેન્ક યુ સર. મારું નામ બિપિન પેટારિયા છે, 108 પ્રોગ્રામ મેનેજર. આફ્ટર ઓલ તમે બધું જોયું, રોડ ટ્રાફિક એક્સિડન્ટ ઓલ થિંગ્સ, બરાબર? પછી શું એક્સિડન્ટ થઈ ગયા પછી? યસ, ડેફિનેટલી 108. તમને વડોદરા જિલ્લાનો જ ઘણા બધા કેસીસ પર ડે હેન્ડલ કરી રહ્યા છે. અત્યારની વાત કરું છું, પર ડે 210 કેસ 24 કલાકના ઇમરજન્સી કેસ હેન્ડલ કરી રહ્યા છે. વડોદરામાં ની થોડી એક સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક આપી દઉં તમને. વડોદરામાં 108 42 એમ્બ્યુલન્સ સાથે કવર્ડ છે વડોદરા જિલ્લો આપણો. એની અંદર અત્યારે પર ડેના 210-215 ની એવરેજથી અમે ઇમરજન્સી મેનેજ કરી રહ્યા છે. જેની અંદર વાત કરું તો રોડ ટ્રાફિક એક્સિડન્ટ, કારણ કે જે આપણો રોડ સેફ્ટીનો સેમિનાર છે તો પર્ટિક્યુલર એની જ વાત કરીએ તો પર ડે 30 to 40 કેસ રોડ ટ્રાફિક એક્સિડન્ટના મળે છે. ઇટ ઇઝ મેજર ઓર માઇનર. ઘણા માઇનર્સ હોય છે, જેમ સિટીઝ એરિયા છે એમાં સરે વાત કરીએ એમ માઇનર એક્સિડન્ટ થતા હોય છે. હાઈવે, સ્ટેટ હાઈવે, નેશનલ હાઈવે છે, એક્સપ્રેસ હાઈવે છે, એમાં મેજર એક્સિડન્ટ થતા હોય છે, જેમાં ફેટાલિટી રેશિયોઝ બહુ હાઈ હોય છે. તો નાનો ડેટા તમને ખાલી શેર કરી દઉં છું, અને પછી આપણે ગો ફોર ધ સીપીઆર. બહુ વધારે ટાઈમ નહીં લો, કારણ કે આઈ થિંક ઇટ્સ ઓલમોસ્ટ 8 અને લંચ ડિનરનો ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો છે તમારા બધાનો. તો સીપીઆર મેન કે ઘણી વખત રિયલ ટાઈમ પર સીપીઆર ન મળે, પ્રોપર સીપીઆર ન મળે તો પણ ઘણા બધા ચાન્સીસ છે એના વાઇરલ થવાના છે. તો અત્યારની વાત કરું તો 108 3 સિસ્ટમથી ચાલે છે: સેન્સ, સ્વિચ એન્ડ કેર. તમે જોઈ હશે બધી જ 108 અત્યારની વિથ હાઈએસ્ટ ટેકનોલોજી યુઝ કરે છે 108. તમારું તમે જે કોલ કરો છો 108 નંબર ઉપરથી એ નંબરના સર્વિસ પ્રોવાઈડરને અમે એલબીએસ સિસ્ટમથી તમારું લોકેશન ટ્રેક કરી જીપીએસ મદદથી અમે નિયરેસ્ટ એમ્બ્યુલન્સ વિધિન 80 સેકન્ડમાં અસાઇન કરી દઈએ છીએ અને વિધિન 90 સેકન્ડમાં તમારું નજીકની એમ્બ્યુલન્સનું વ્હીલ સ્ટાર્ટ થઈ જાય છે વિધિન 90 સેકન્ડ આફ્ટર કોલ. અને તમને જાણીને નવાઈ થશે, અત્યારે આપણો વડોદરાનો રિસ્પોન્સ ટાઈમ 11 મિનિટ અને 46 સેકન્ડ. તમે જે કોલ કરો છો ત્યાંથી લઈ અને એમ્બ્યુલન્સ તમારા સુધી પહોંચે છે, વિક્ટિમ સુધી પહોંચે છે, સીન સુધી પહોંચે છે, ત્યાંનો રિસ્પોન્સ ટાઈમ 11 મિનિટ અને 46 સેકન્ડ થઈ ગયો છે. ઇવન એવરી ડે અમે વી આર ટ્રાઇંગ કે હજી 11 મિનિટથી નીચે 10 મિનિટ સુધી કેમ ન જઈએ. અત્યારે અમદાવાદ સિટી ઓલમોસ્ટ બિલો 10 ચાલે છે, બરાબર. તો અમે એને કમ્પેર કરીએ છીએ. છોડી દો અત્યારે જે વાત થતી હતી અમેરિકા, ઓસ્ટ્રેલિયા, અમેરિકાની, ત્યાંની હેલ્પલાઇન નંબર છે એનીવન નોઝ 911. યસ સાહેબ, ગુજરાત 108 911 ને બીટ કરે છે અત્યારે ઓલ ઓવર ગુજરાતમાં 804 એમ્બ્યુલન્સ, 2 બોટ એમ્બ્યુલન્સ અને 1 એર એમ્બ્યુલન્સ સાથે કાર્યરત છે, જેનો રિસ્પોન્સ ટાઈમ 911 ને બીટ કરે છે બીકોઝ ઓફ જે અત્યારની ફેસિલિટીઝ રિસ્પોન્સ જે ગુજરાત ગવર્મેન્ટ અને ગુજરાત સિટીઝનનો મળી રહ્યો છે એના લીધે. સર થેન્ક યુ ફોર ધેટ. અને હું શોર્ટમાં જઈશ. હવે આવીએ છીએ કે રોડ ટ્રાફિક એક્સિડન્ટમાં ઘણી વખત તમે લોકો રોડ પર જતા હોય છે, તમે એક્સિડન્ટ જોવો છો, ડાયરેક્ટલી કોલ 108 ગુડ. પણ ઘણી વખત તમે લોકો જે નથી કરવાનું એ ત્યાં કરી બેસો છો, જેને લીધે જે ઇન્જર્ડ પર્સન છે, જે વિક્ટિમ છે, એ વધારે ડેમેજ થાય છે, વધારે કલેક્ટ થાય છે, વધારે ઇન્જર્ડ થાય છે. વધારે તમે તો એક સારા ભાવથી જાઓ છો, એક ગુડ સિટીઝન તરીકે ચાલો હું કંઈક આની મદદ કરી લઉં છું. તો ઘણી વખત ડોન્સ આપણે કેમ કે કરવા કરતા નહીં કરવામાં 9 ગુણ હોય છે, બરાબર. આની અંદર ન કરવામાં ઘણા બધા ગુણ હોય છે કે તમે કેવી રીતે ને લિફ્ટ કરો છો અને મૂવ કરો છો. સો મેની કેસ જોઈ છે સાહેબ. મારી એમ્બ્યુલન્સ કહે છે ને 24 કલાકના 200 ઇમરજન્સીમાં જાય છે, એની અંદર હજી તો એમ્બ્યુલન્સ પહોંચે નહીં, એ પેલો 2 જણ કેરી કરી અને લિફ્ટ કરો, લોડ કરો. તો ઘણી વખત આવા ઇન્સિડન્ટ જોતા હોય છે, જેને લીધે સ્પાઇનલ ઇન્જરી, બેક ઇન્જરી અને ઘણા બધા ડેમેજ અને ઇન્ટરનલ ડેમેજ થતા હોય છે, ખાસ કરીને વિક્ટિમને. તો આના માટે શું કરવું જોઈએ? અમે કરીએ છીએ. જ્યારે તમે 108 માં કોલ કરો છો ને, તમે અમારો કોલ, અમારી ટીમનો કોલ, જે એમ્બ્યુલન્સ નીકળતી હોય છે ને તમારા સુધી આવવા માટે, એનો ઇન્સ્ટન્ટ કોડ આવે છે અને એને પ્રી અરાઇવલ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન કહે છે કે અમારા પહોંચતા પહેલા તમારે શું કરવું અને શું ન કરવું એને આપે છે. પેશન્ટની થોડી ડિટેલ લે છે, કેવું વાગેલું છે, શું વાગેલું છે, ક્યાં બ્લીડિંગ થયેલું છે, ક્યાં કેવી રીતે બ્લીડિંગ સ્ટોપ કરવું. કે જસ્ટ 10 to 12 મિનિટ્સ અમે તમારા સુધી પહોંચવા માટે લઈએ છીએ, ત્યાં સુધીમાં શું કરવું, શું ના કરવું. તો એ પણ અમે ઇન્ક્રીઝ કરીએ છીએ અને ટ્રાય કરીએ છીએ સમજાવવાની અને એને કોશિશ કરવાની કે આવું ન કરો અને આવું કરો. પછી જેવી એમ્બ્યુલન્સ આવે છે there are multi type of stretchers in our ambulance. તમે એક ડેમોન્સ્ટ્રેશન માટે મેં 12 એમ્બ્યુલન્સ ત્યાં સ્ટેન્ડ બાય તમારા માટે રાખેલી છે, એક ઇમરજન્સી માટે ઓફરોડ કરીને કે તમે લોકો જો કેટલા પ્રકારના સ્ટ્રેચર્સ છે, એની અંદર કેવી તમે લિફ્ટિંગ કરે છે, કેવી રીતે મૂવિંગ કરે છે, કેટલા પ્રકારના ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ છે. સાહેબ હું તમને જણાવીશ કે એની અંદર અમે પાવડા, કુવાડી, કરવત એવા પણ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ રાખીએ છીએ કે જ્યારે કઈ વસ્તુ કોલેપ્સ થઈ હોય છે, ક્યારે કોઈ ભેખડ પડી ગઈ હોય છે, દબાયેલો હોય છે, માટી કાઢવા માટે, જ્યારે રોડ એક્સિડન્ટ થતું હોય છે, કાર, ટ્રક, બાઇક કંઈક ફસાઈ ગયેલા હોય છે, ત્યારે પતરા કાપવા માટે, ત્યારે બોલ્ટ ખોલવા માટે, ત્યારે હથોડો, હેમર, એટલી લોટ્સ ઓફ આઇટમ. તમે લાગશો કે એમ્બ્યુલન્સ છે કે કોઈ પાવડાખાનાનું પેલું, એવું પણ અમે રાખીએ છીએ. શું કામ? સેવિંગ અ લાઈફ. આફ્ટર અવર ગોલ ઇઝ સેવિંગ અ લાઈફ. સિંગલ લાઈફ ઇઝ અવર ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. જેમ સરે વાત કરી ને, સર એ હર મહિને રોડ ટ્રાફિક કાઉન્સિલર હોય વન ઓફ ધ મેમ્બર છું, અમે મિટિંગમાં જતા હોય છે. નાની વસ્તુ આ પોલીસ સામે બધા બેઠા છે ને ખ્યાલ છે, નાની વસ્તુ એ લોકો ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરે છે અને ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરે છે. એક નાનું એવું ઉદાહરણ આપું છું. અમિતનગર સર્કલ બરાબર ને, ત્યાં એસટી બસનો પિકઅપ પોઈન્ટ નહોતો. આ એક રિસેન્ટલી ડિસિઝન લીધેલો છે, મને યાદ લીધું છે. ત્યાં અત્યારે અનઓથોરાઇઝ વ્હીકલ્સ પેસેન્જર કેરી કરતા હતા અને ડ્યુ ટુ ઘણું બધું થતું હતું. તો સરના ધ્યાનમાં આવ્યું, બીજી જ દિવસે ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટેશન લીધું, જીએસઆરટીસીને ઇન્ફોર્મ કરી દીધું કે મારે અહીં સ્ટોપેજ જોઈએ છે, જેથી કરીને અનઓથોરાઇઝ હોય ત્યાંથી લોડ ન થાય અને અનઓથોરાઇઝ વ્હીકલમાં ટ્રાન્સપોર્ટ ન થાય આપણા બરોડિયન્સ. તો ઘણા બધા ડિસિઝન્સ નાના હોય છે પણ તમારા માટે ક્યારેક લેતા હોય છે. એટલે આવી બધી જ વસ્તુ થતી હોય છે. આ બધો પાર્ટ કેવો છે? સેવિંગ લાઈફ્સ. જ્યારે સરે ઘણી બધી વાત કરી ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચરની, સાઇન બોર્ડ, એક્સપાઇઝેડ, બધું જ રીતે આફ્ટરઓલ આ બધું કેના માટે કરી રહ્યા છે? સેવિંગ લાઈફ્સ. છતાં પણ ઇન્સિડન્ટ્સ બને છે, થાય છે અને અમે લોકો જાય છે અને ક્લિયર કરીએ છીએ. બરાબર? આ સેન્સની રીચ અમે લોકો પહોંચીએ છીએ. પછી કે વિથ ઓલ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ્સ મેક્સિમમ ઓક્સિજનની સાથે બધા જ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ મેડિસિન્સ લઈ અને એને લિફ્ટ કરી લીધા પછી વિથ કેર અમે નિયરેસ્ટ ઓર એપ્રોપ્રિએટ હોસ્પિટલમાં પહોંચાડીએ છીએ પેશન્ટને. આ એક શોર્ટ બ્રીફિંગ હતું. હવે જસ્ટ આપણે અમારી ટીમને રિક્વેસ્ટ કરીશ, આવી જાય એક 5 to 10 મિનિટ્સનો ડેમો સીપીઆર. ઓકે, સીપીઆરનો લઈ લે કે સીપીઆર તમારી ક્યારે જરૂર પડે, કેવી રીતે આપવું, ને બ્રીધિંગ, હાર્ટ આપણું કામ. હું મારી ટીમમાંથી કિશોર રિક્વેસ્ટ કરીશ એ લોકો સીપીઆર પરફોર્મ કરે. એટલે થોડું જમવામાં 5 મિનિટ મોડું થાય છે તો ચાલશે? નમસ્કાર, મારું નામ
ઈએમટી કિશોર પરમાર છે. હું છેલ્લા 8 વર્ષથી ઈએમઆરઆઈ સંસ્થામાં એઝ ઈએમટી તરીકે કાર્યરત છું. આજે હું તમને સીપીઆર કઈ રીતે આપવા, ક્યારે આપવા અને ક્યારે ના આપવા એને વિશેની પૂરી માહિતી પૂરી પાડીશ. ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ, કોઈ સીપીઆર ક્યારે આપ્યા છે? સરસ, કોઈ જ નહીં આપ્યા.
જરૂર નથી.
વેરી ગુડ. અને હવે જો જરૂર પડે તો તમે કેવી રીતે આપશો એ હું તમને શીખવાડીશ. ઓકે, તો આ મારા સાથી મિત્ર કલ્પેશભાઈ છે. હવે આપણે બધા જોતા હોઈએ છીએ કે ઘણીવાર કોઈ પેશન્ટ છે, હું જ્યારે બાયસ્ટેન્ડર તરીકે તમને શીખવાડું, એટલે 108 નો એમ્પ્લોય કે ઈએમટી મેડિકલ ટેકનિશિયન તરીકે બાયસ્ટેન્ડર તરીકે જે તમે બધા છો. હવે આપણે જોઈએ છે કે આ એક ભાઈ છે, મારી જોડે વાત કરતા કરતા અચાનકથી કોલેપ્સ થઈ ગયા.
હલો,
અવાજ આવે છે ને? તો આ ભાઈ મારી જોડે વાત કરતા કરતા કોલેપ્સ થઈ ગયા છે. હવે હું જોઈશ કે પહેલા એનો શ્વાસ ચાલે છે કે નહીં. બરોબર? કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિને આપણે સીપીઆર આપવું હોય તો કઈ રીતે આપવાનું, પહેલા એ જોવાનું કે આ જે પલ્સ છે, કેરોટેડ પલ્સ, બધા પોતપોતાની 3 આંગળી આવી રીતે કરો. અહીંથી લઈને તે ડાયરેક્ટ ખાડો હશે, અહીંયા જો બધાને પલ્સ આવે છે. પલ્સ આવે છે? હા. કોઈ નથી આવતું એવું નહીં ને? આવે છે ને બધા? ના આવતું એ આવી જતો. ઓકે, તો પહેલા તો આ જોવાનું કે પલ્સ આવે છે કે નહીં. બરાબર? પહેલા તો હું ચેક કરીશ કે આ ભાઈ રિસ્પોન્સ આપે છે કે નહીં. ડાયરેક્ટ તો સીપીઆર સ્ટાર્ટ ના કરવાનો હોય, પહેલા જોવાનું કે રિસ્પોન્સ આપે છે કે નહીં. કલ્પેશભાઈ, આ તો આમનું નામ મને ખબર છે, તમને જો ના ખબર હોય ઓનલી ખાલી કહી શકો ભાઈ સાંભળો છો કે નહીં, જરા જોરથી. ઓ ભાઈ, આ ભાઈ રિસ્પોન્સ આપતા નથી. હવે આપણે શું કરશું? કેરોટેડ પલ્સ ચેક કરશું 10 સેકન્ડ માટે. અને જોડે જોડે હું જોઈશ એમની છાતી ઉપર નીચે થાય છે કે નહીં, યાની બ્રીથિંગ આવે છે કે નહીં. જો બ્રીથિંગ આવતું હોય તો સીપીઆર આપવાના નથી. બરાબર? આ ખાસ કરીને યાદ રાખજો. અને તમે કેરોટેડ પલ્સ ચેક કરી, બરાબર છે, એ વિધિન 10 સેકન્ડમાં એક પણ તમને ફીલ થાય તો પણ તમારે સીપીઆર આપવાનું નથી. આ ખાસ યાદ રાખો. ગમે એને સીપીઆર આપવા મળવા જ નથી. બરાબર? જેથી કરીને વધારે ઇન્જરી થાય. કારણ કે સીપીઆર આપવાથી આપણી જે ડીપ હોય પાછળ એ પણ ફ્રેક્ચર થઈ જાય જો તમે વ્યવસ્થિત સીપીઆર ના આપતા હોય તો. તો સૌથી પહેલા તો આપણે એને રિસ્પોન્સ ચેક કર્યું. રિસ્પોન્સ ઓ ભાઈ કેરોટેડ પલ્સ ચેક કરીશ અને જોડે જોડે આવી રીતે હાથ રાખીને જોઈશ કે એની છાતી ઉપર નીચે થાય છે કે નહીં. મેં જોયું આ ભાઈની છાતી ઉપર નીચે થતી નથી અને કેરોટેડ પલ્સ પણ આવતી નથી. હવે એટલે હું બાયસ્ટેન્ડર છું તો હું કોઈને કહી શકીશ કે ભાઈ તમે 108 ને કોલ કરો અને એમને કહો ફટાફટ આ જગ્યાએ આવી જાય. તો એ 108 ને બોલાશે ત્યાં સુધી હું CPR પરફોર્મ કરીશ, જેથી કરીને દર્દીને હું સર્વાઈવ કરી શકું. પછી આ જે છે આપણી મિડલ લાઈન, આ મિડલ લાઈન અને નિપલ લાઈન આ બંને જ્યાં ક્રોસ થાય એનાથી સેજ નીચે આ મિડલ લાઈન અને નિપલ લાઈન આ બંને જ્યાં ક્રોસ થાય છે એનાથી સેજ નીચે આવી રીતે હાથ રાખવાના.
આમાં એક ટ્વિસ્ટ કહી દઉં છું, ડાબી બાજુ હૃદય વાળું ન રાખતા. પિક્ચરમાં આવે છે ને કે ડાબી બાજુ હૃદય હોય છે ના, અને એટલે એક ખાસ ધ્યાન રાખજો કઈ જગ્યાએ આપવું જોઈએ.
આ મેન વસ્તુ છે. બધાને કેવું હોય ડાબી બાજુ હૃદય એટલે લખી દઉં સ્ટાર્ટ કરી. બરોબર, મેન વસ્તુ મેં કીધી છે મિડલ લાઈન અને નિપલ લાઈન જ્યાં ક્રોસ થાય એનાથી સેજ નીચે આવી રીતે હાથ રાખવાના આમ અને આવી રીતે. તમારે પર મિનિટ 100 થી 120 ની ઝડપથી આ દબાણ આપવાના છે અને 2 શ્વાસ આવી તમારે 5 સાયકલ કરવાની. યાની મેં 30 આપ્યા આવી રીતે અને પછી 2 શ્વાસ. હવે સ્વાભાવિક છે કે તમારી જોડે બીજું તો કઈ હોય નહીં, તો જે રૂમાલ હોય એ રૂમાલ આપણે આવી રીતે એના મોઢા ઉપર રાખી દેવાનો અને ખાસ કરીને નાક બંધ કરીને પછી બ્રીથિંગ આપવાનું. 30 દબાણ આપવાના અને 2 શ્વાસ આપવાના. આવી રીતે તમારે 5 સાયકલ આપવાની. 5 સાયકલ એટલે 30 દબાણ 1 2 3 4 આવી રીતે 30 2 બ્રીથિંગ. એક સાયકલ થઈ આવી રીતે તમારે 5 સાયકલ આપવાની. 5 સાયકલ આપતો પછી તરત જ પાછી તમારે કેરોટેડ પલ્સ ચેક કરવાની. પલ્સ આવી કે નહીં. જો પલ્સ ના આવે તો પલ્સ આવી ગઈ તો તમારે CPR આપવાની જરૂર નથી, અને જો પલ્સ આવી ગઈ તો પછી કોઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ. પલ્સ ના આવે તો કન્ટિન્યુ CPR. બરાબર, જ્યાં સુધી. અને જો પલ્સ નથી આવતું તો તમે 108 ના આવે જ્યાં સુધી CPR પરફોર્મ કરો. પછી 108 આવીને એમના જોડે બધા જ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ છે. ઇવન AED મશીન પણ અમારા જોડે છે, જે શોક વાળું તમે જોયું હોય ઘણા એરપોર્ટમાં ને એમાં બધે હોય છે. જે AED મશીન થી અમે શોક આપતા હોય છે, એમાંથી પેશન્ટ સર્વાઈવ થાય છે. એનાથી વિશેષ કંઈ કોઈને પૂછવું હોય તો બોલો.
મેં ઘણીવાર 5-6 એક્સિડન્ટ એવા જોયા છે. તો જ્યારે જેનું એક્સિડન્ટ થાય છે ને અમુક વાર પાણી માંગે છે, તો અમુક જણ કે પાણી આપવું કે ન આપવું. હા, એટલે એ મેં જોયું છે.
આ સરે કીધું એમાં પણ હું તમને બતાવું કે અમે લોકો પ્રી અરાઇવલ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આપતા હોય. પ્રી અરાઇવલ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન એટલે શું? યાની કે અમે પહેલા પેશન્ટની ચીફ કમ્પ્લેન પૂછતા હોય કે શું થયું છે. યાની કાર્ડિયાક અરેસ્ટ હોય, ચેસ્ટ પેન હોય, તમે તો મૌખિક રીતે કહેતા હોય કારણ કે તમે એઝ અ મેડિકલ પર્સન નથી. તમે શું કહેશો કે સર એક્સિડન્ટ થયો છે, તો અમે તમને પૂછીશું કે શું થયું છે. તમે કહેજો એક્સિડન્ટ થયું છે તો અમે તમને કહીશું કે પહેલા તો પેશન્ટને તમે ત્યાંથી ચલાવતા નહીં. યાની કે પેશન્ટને જો ફ્રેક્ચર થયું છે અને તમે વધારે પેશન્ટને હલનચલન કરશો તો શું થશે, વધારે ઇન્જરી થશે અને ફ્રેક્ચરનો જે હાડકાનો ભાગ છે બીજી કોઈ જગ્યાએ થઈને નર્વને ડેમેજ કરી શકે. તો પહેલી વસ્તુ કે જે એક્સિડન્ટ જેનું થયું છે એને કોઈ દિવસ હલનચલન કરાવવું નહીં. પોલીસવાળા સાહેબનો પણ અમને બહુ સપોર્ટ હોય છે કે પહેલા તો ટ્રાફિક ડ્રાઈવ કરવું. બરોબર છે, રોડ ઉપર આજે તમે કોઈ બી જતા હોય
તો કોઈ વાર વચ્ચે થયું હોય તો આપણે એવું નથી કહેતા કે
નહીં હટાવવાનું નહીં. તમારે પેશન્ટને ચલાવવાનું નથી, તમારે ઓન્લી ટ્રાફિક ડ્રાઈવ જ કરવાનું.
જો તમે પાછળ બીજો ઠોકી જાય એવું થઈ જાય.
ના એટલે તો તમને
બને છે એટલે કહું છું. બને છે પેલો પડેલો. હા,
જો તમે પેશન્ટને મેં કીધું એમ તમે જો પેશન્ટને ચલાવશો તો વધારે ઇન્જરી.
ઓકે,
કારણ કે તમને તો ખ્યાલ નથી પેશન્ટને કઈ રીતે લિફ્ટ કરવું. અમને તો એઝ ખ્યાલ છે. અમારા જોડે 4 પ્રકારના સ્ટ્રેચર છે. કયા પેશન્ટને કયા સ્ટ્રેચરમાં લેવું એ અમને ખ્યાલ છે. જો તમે પેશન્ટને આ ઉચકી મૂકો તો ઓલરેડી ફ્રેક્ચર હોય એમાં તમે વધારે કઈ કરો તો બીજી નવ ડેમેજ થશે, જે પેશન્ટ માટે બહુ હાનિકારક છે. અને આજે સર્વાઇકલ કોલર છે એ આપણું સૌથી મહત્વનું અંગ કહી શકાય. આ જો નવ ડેમેજ થઈ ગઈ તો આપણે લાઈફ ટાઈમ માટે પેરાલાઇઝ પણ થઈ શકે. તમે જોયા હોય છે ઘણા એવા કેસ. તો જ્યારે પણ એક્સિડન્ટ તમે કોઈ લોકો જોવો છો તો સૌપ્રથમ તમે ખાલી બીજું તો કઈ ના કરી શકો, તમારી જોડે કોઈ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ ના હોય તો પહેલા તો એનું બ્લીડિંગ તમે સ્ટોપ કરી શકો. કોઈ રૂમાલ છે તમારી જોડે, કોઈ સ્વચ્છ કપડું છે, એને હલાવવાનું નથી. કોઈ બ્લીડિંગ જો તમે સ્ટોપ કરી શકો તો બાંધી દેવાનું. ટ્રાફિક ડાયવર્ઝન કરો. બીજું 108 આવે ત્યાં સુધી વેઇટ કરો. ઓકે, બીજું કોઈને કઈ
એટલે પાણી તો નથી પીવડાવો
ના, પાણી નહીં.
ઘણી વખતે એવા બી પ્રયોગો કરતા હોય છે કે ભાઈ એને ડુંગળી ચુગાડો,
એ તો અલગ છે.
ના એવું કઈ આવે એ વાવલી તમારે ખાલી કે કોઈ પણ પ્રકારનું પ્રવાહી મોઢેથી કઈ આપવાનું નથી. તમને શું ખબર પેશન્ટ બેભાન છે કે ભાનમાં છે. જો તમે પેશન્ટ બેભાન હોય ને મોઢેથી કઈ આપ્યું તો એ સીધું ફેફસામાં જતું રહેશે અને સડનલી રેસ્પિરેટરી અરેસ્ટ
તમારો એર બ્લોક કરી નાખશે. જે પણ તમે આપશો ને એટલે તમારો એર બ્લોક થઈ જશે. એર બ્લોક થઈ જશે એટલે માઇટ બી કે એને શ્વાસ નહીં લેશે, બ્રીથિંગ નહીં કરી શકે, તો ફરક થઈ શકે.
સર, જે સીપીઆરની સાયકલમાં તમે 5 વખત કીધું, એક સાયકલ કરી પછી બ્રીથિંગ એલાઉ કરવાનું.
પહેલા 30 દબાણ આપવાના, પછી 2 બ્રીથ આપવાના, એટલે એક સાયકલ થઈ ગઈ. પછી પાછા 30 દબાણ 2 બ્રીથ, એવી 2 સાયકલ, એવી 5 સાયકલ તમારે કરવાની. ફરીથી કેરોટેડ પલ્સ ચેક કરવાની.
3 સાયકલ શું તમે
5 કર્યા પછી 5 સાયકલ
પછી કેરોટેડ પલ્સ કરવાનું.
ન મળે તો
કન્ટિન્યુ સીપીઆર, મળે તો બીજું એને ખાલી મોઢેથી કાંઈ આપવું નહીં, એને બીજું કંઈક પાણી કેવું પ્રવાહી આપવું ને જ્યાં સુધી જી
તમે થાકી જાવ તો કોઈની મદદ લો. કારણ કે વેરી પોસિબલ 10 મિનિટમાં તમે કેટલી સાયકલ કરશો?
someone fall down and the person is affected, that can blood is also flowing in here. You can give CPR.
No, first we have to control blood. કારણ કે જે બ્લડ લોસ પાસે એ મેજર લોસ છે.
સોરી,
બ્લડ નીકળતું હોય, લોહી નીકળતું હોય બોડીમાંથી, તે વખતે શ્વાસ ચાલુ હોય બોલતો.
પણ બોડી
ડિપેન્ડ્સ
એટલે
આ તમે કોઈ છે પેલા વાઇટલ નોટ પણ થઈ ગયું હોય તો શ્વાસ જતો રહ્યો હોય, રીડિંગ તો જ્યાં સુધી શરીરની અંદર બ્લડ છે ત્યાં સુધી તો બહાર નીકળવાનું છે.
ઓકે, બીજે કે જ્યારે એક્સિડન્ટ થયો ને ત્યારે સ્કૂટર પર થયા તો સ્કૂટરને ઓન કેટલા કાંઈ સ્કૂટર હશે તો એ દવા
થઈ શકે છે.
એ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન ના હોય
અમે દરેક કોડમાં ક્લિયર આવીને ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આપીએ છીએ.
સ્કૂટર ઓનનું ઓન
અલગ અલગ કેસમાં અલગ અલગ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન હોય. મારું પહેલું ફોકસ પેશન્ટ હોય, બરાબર, એને શું કરવું ને શું ન કરવું. એને સરે કીધું છે ને કે પેલા ક્લિપ ઉતારવાનું ચાલુ કરી દે મોબાઈલ ની. પ્લીઝ બને તો મદદ કરો, બાકી જતા રહો. કારણ કે આ વસ્તુ અગત્યની છે. ત્યાં રહેશો, મદદ નહીં કરો, ક્રાઉડ કરશો તો એને ડાયરેક્ટલી ઇનડાયરેક્ટલી ટ્રાફિકમાં બધી જગ્યાએ તમે નડશો. તમે નડશો, તમારું વાહન નડશે, બધું જ નડશે. બેટર છે. અને હું તો એમ કહું છું એક સારા નાગરિક તરીકે મદદ કરો. બીજો, ઘણા લોકોને ક્વેશ્ચન હોય છે 108 માં કોલ કર્યા પછી અમને શું થશે આફ્ટર ચાલો એ તો એડમિટ થઈ તો સુપ્રીમ કોર્ટની ગાઈડલાઈન છે ફર્સ્ટ રિસ્પોન્ડર અથવા ગુડ સેનેટરનો હવે તો રિવોર્ડ આપે છે, એવોર્ડ આપે છે. અને બીજી વસ્તુ, એની અંદર કોઈ પણ જાતની પોલીસ અથવા બીજી કોઈ પણ જાતની ઇન્ક્વાયરી નથી. ઇવન તમે જે 108 માં કોલ કરો છો, કોલ અમારી પાસે આવે છે ને, તો ઇવન અમારી પાસે પણ તમારો નંબર નથી આવતો. અમારે જે કોલ છે ને એને આપણે તમે પણ ઈમાં કેમ તમે ઓનલાઈન ઓર્ડર કરો છો અને જે એક પર્ટિક્યુલર નંબર આવે છે, સિસ્ટમ જનરેટેડ નંબર અમારી પાસે હોય છે. અમારી પાસે તમારો જ્યાં સુધી તમારો કેસ લાઈવ છે, અમે તમને એ નંબરમાં કોલ કરશું તો તમને બરાબર. અમારી પાસે પણ કોલરના નંબર નથી હોતો, બરાબર, અમારી સિસ્ટમમાં છે. એટલે એમાં પણ ઘણા લોકો બધાતા હોય છે મદદ કરવા.
હાર્ટ એટેકના કેસીસ વધી રહ્યા છે. એવું કોઈ વ્યક્તિ આપણે જોઈએ તો એની શ્વાસ ચાલુ થઈ ગયું વાત ભાઈ ઉભો થઈ જશે કે અત્યારે હાર્ટ એટેકના કેસીસ વધી રહ્યા છે. એવો કોઈ વ્યક્તિ આપણે જોઈએ કે આપણી સામે આવું હાર્ટ એટેક આવ્યો તો આપણે શું કરી શકીએ?
ફર્સ્ટ તો સીપીઆર. જો એના પલ્સ નથી મળતા, તમે જોયું કે આજે હું તમારી જોડે વાત કરું છું હમણાં, બરોબર, હું તરત જ કોલેજ થઈ ગયો, આયા બેભાન થઈ ગયો, તો તમે મને શીખવાડ્યું સૌથી પહેલા તો કેરોટેડ પલ્સ ચેક કરો. જો તમને કેરોટેડ પલ્સ નથી મળ્યું, બરોબર, 10 થી 15 સેકન્ડમાં તો તમે તુરંત સ્ટાર્ટ સીપીઆર. અને કાર્ડિયાક અરેસ્ટ, સપોઝ કે કોઈ પેશન્ટ આજે તમારી સામે છે, એ તમને એવું કહે છે કે મને ગભરામણ થાય છે, પરસેવો વળે છે, આવા ઘણા બધા દર્દીઓ. અને અમે એને ક્લિયર આઉટ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન એ રીતના આપતા. ઘણા પેશન્ટ એવું કરતા હોય છે, અમે એને ક્લિયર આઉટ ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આપતા હોય, પણ અમુક હોય ને કે જે સમજે ને, એ અમે એને ના જ પડતા કે આ પેશન્ટને તમારે ચલાવવાનું નહીં. જો તમે ચલાવશો તો સડનલી કાર્ડિયાક અરેસ્ટ થવાના ચાન્સ છે 90%. ગભરામણ થાય છે, છાતીમાં દુખે છે, અમે એને ના જ પાડીએ કે તમે બિલકુલ હલનચલન ના કરો. ત્યાં બેસાડી રાખો. અમારા જોડે 4 પ્રકારના સ્ટેચસ તમે ત્યાં લઈ આવશું. અમારે બધી અમે લોકોને 8મા માળેથી વિધાઉટ લિફ્ટમાં અમે પેશન્ટને નીચે લાવેલા છે. દાદરા ઉતરી પેશન્ટને લઈને નીચે આવતા હોય
110 કિલો.
એટલે પેશન્ટને તમે બિલકુલ ચલાવો નહીં તો તમે કાર્ય કરે રોકી શકો.
જી સર.
प्रेशर यानी ये 13, लेकिन आपको कितना दबाना है ये आप पूछ सकते हैं. यस, एटलीस्ट 2 सेंटीमीटर, 2 इंचेस और सेंटीमीटर में 5. यस
सर सर
आगे ना हो, करंट करना चालू करो. यस यस.
तो मान लो कि मैं 108 पर फोन કર્યો તો મારી એટલી નૈતિક ફરજ ને કે જ્યાં સુધી ના આવે ત્યાં સુધી મારે ઊભું રહેવાનું.
શક્ય હોય તો
ને તો પછી ટ્રેસિંગ તો મારો જ ફોન થશે ને.
બાકી એવું થશે અમે તમને એડ્રેસ
ટ્રેસિંગ
તો વધારે સારું.
એટલે નૈતિક
ફાયદાકારક છે.
એટલે હા એટલે
તમે અગર કોલ કરીને જતા રહે.
હા
અમે કોના કોન્ટેક્ટમાં છે
એટલે મારે એક નૈતિક ફરજ ને મારે ત્યાં ઊભું રહેવું જ્યાં સુધી ના આવે ત્યાં
108 આવે પછી આપ રિલીઝ થઈ જાવ. તમને કોઈ પણ પ્રકારનો કોઈ પોલીસ કેસ કે કોઈ તમારું નામ નહીં આવે.
અને આમ તો નહીં પણ નૈતિક ફરજ તરીકે ઊભું રહેવું.
હવે
Now I will request A.N. Padya, immediate past chairman, to give vote of thanks. અને વિપિનભાઈએ જે આપણને ડેમોન્સ્ટ્રેશન કર્યું છે એના માટે અમે સન્માન કરીએ છીએ.
conclusion તરફ જઈએ છે. The half-day workshop on saving lives through road safety was notable success, offering invaluable insights and practical knowledge to engineers and students. The session underscored the critical importance of road safety measures, highlighting the role of engineering solutions in mitigating traffic incidents and saving lives. The experts' demonstration on CPR and emergency care was excellent and impactful, equipping the participants with essential life-saving skills. The initiative not only enhanced the technical competencies of the attendants, but also fostered a culture of safety and responsiveness. Now I extend my heartfelt gratitude to dignitaries, our Vasawa Sahab and CP, Commissioner of Police, and DCP and PI સાહેબ, ACP સાહેબ બધાએ હાજર રહી અને આપણા પ્રસંગને એકદમ દીપાવ્યો છે. એટલે એમનો હું ખૂબ આભાર માનું છું. અને સૌથી વધારે આભાર તો મારે તમારા બધાનો માનવાનો છે કે મારા આટલા પ્રયત્નો પછી તમે બધાએ જે શોભામાં અભિવૃદ્ધિ કરી અને હાજર રહ્યા એમાં મારું સારું દેખાયું છે. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ.
હવે હું ચેરમેનશ્રીને વિનંતી કરીશ કે જે પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ હતા મેન એમને પ્રમાણપત્ર આપીને સન્માનિત કરે. પહેલા સમીરભાઈ રાવલ સાહેબ. રાકેશભાઈ, પ્લીઝ કમ ઓન સ્ટેજ. બુધરાણી. આટલી પેશન્સથી તમે બધાએ સાંભળ્યા બદલ તમને ધન્યવાદ. હવે આપણે આ પેટ પૂજા કરીશું.
વકીલો રિફ્રેશમેન્ટ જવું હોય તો એમને બહાર રાખ્યું છે અને
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात